All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am Shale, your DM, and this is the Dice and Defiance YouTube channel. You have caught us roughly a week into my 60-day series of trying to go from never having run a Dungeons and Dragons game to running my own campaign. However, me and some of my best friends are starting off with a one-shot here based around the Addams Family movies, and we've modified it a little bit, but this will be a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons adventure. Everyone roughly ready?
No.
Something like that.
Something like that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and just do quick little introductions of who you guys are as players. We are gonna go ahead and start off with Thomas.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm gonna restart.
No, there's no
Yeah,
restarts.
throw me-
This train has started
Okay.
now.
Okay, fine.
Keep it out in post.
There is no post.
We got it out now.
My character's name?
No, we're
Bluebell?
just doing players real quick. We're just doing players real
Okay.
quick. Tell me who you are, how long you've been playing D&D.
So, you kind of ruined it, but my name's Thomas. I've been playing D&D probably for around a couple of years now.
Gotcha. Let's go ahead and move on to Davis.
Yeah, I'm Davis. I've been I've been playing D&D for 13 years now.
And how many
I'm
of those
25.
years have you been running games?
9. I think there was only 4 years that I was a player, and then 9 years going in, and then occasionally I would be a player here.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
been over a year since I've been a player last.
I am terrified to be the person trying to fill that role with no experience, given as you are the best DM I've ever played for. So, a lot of weight on my shoulders here. I'll try to do you proud. Let's move on to Melanie.
Hi.
Hello.
I've been playing. Here comes the awkwardness. Let's go. I've been playing D&D for probably about 2 years. I started originally DMing, and now I'm trying to get more into being a player. So, looking forward to it.
Hey, here you are, about to be beholden to my idea of DMing. And lastly,
fine.
but not leastly, let's go ahead, Noah.
Hi, I'm Noah. I've been playing for about 3 years. I've exclusively been a player, and my goal is to be the biggest thorn in your side that I possibly can.
Yeah. I don't think that is a goal that is exclusive to you. For those of the YouTube channel of the 6 people watching this, who do not know you, this grouping of 5 people right here may in fact be the most chaotic and, like, plan ruining people of all time. And I could not be happier to have these guys here with me for this. So excited to be here. By way of small introduction, my name is Shale. I've been playing for about 4 or 5 years now. And I randomly decided that writing books wasn't good enough for me after my first one didn't make it to the publisher, and I decided I was going to try to be a DM for my friends here. Speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, like an intro, we are starting off straight away, so if anybody has no complaints, doesn't need any quick water breaks, I think I'm going to start slinging exposition at you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, friends, family, literally kin, to Burnside Valley, a triangularly shaped valley of sanctuary that embraces the shadows and the strange. Tucked away against the ocean coastline by the churning sea, this secluded haven is home to Darkshire, a town where gloom and despair are not just tolerated, but celebrated. High above this lovely little town of Darkshire, perched on a massive plateau, looms the AddHams Manor, the heart of the Addams family. From here, one can oversee not just Darkshire, but also the vast oppressive forest and the perpetually foggy bog that cradle the valley below. For nearly 300 years, thanks to the masterful enchantments of the AddHams ancestors, primarily Eustace AddHams, some 250 years ago, the sun has not dared to grace this valley. Excuse me. The very air here is thick with a black fog that stays forever, perpetual storm clouds, generally rainy, shitty weather. And this is all owed partially to the haunted forest spirits who prefer the rot and decay that define our home, and previously mentioned enchantments. In Darkshire, the town below the manor, monstrous races are the normal, and they thrive in this darkness. This is their comfort. Our current protectors and town governors, known as the esteemed Ward Watchers, are Letitia AddHams, an albino tiefling of unparalleled intellect and grace, with a penchant for finding new ways to speak with the dead, and her devoted husband, Horace AddHams, a half-orc vampire who is hopelessly smitten with his wife Letitia, and never ceases to be anything but doting on his entire family. You, my dear kin and kin adjacent, are part of this esteemed lineage, or employed among them, living a life of comfort within the manor's shadowed halls. You are loved as family, and your role in upholding the ancient curses and enchantments that shield this way of life is crucial. Outside these valleys, a horrifying truth exists. A world of sunshine, happiness, and normalcy. It's gross. Repulsive. This is our home, our sanctuary of shadow and grime, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Now, we begin on a fairly early morning in the AddHams Manor, where almost every member of the AddHams family has been summoned by Horace Addams, as he has some news for you. You guys are going to be beginning your day with morning wine around a large stone table with mahogany inlays in the main hall. At the head of the table, you all see this lovely creature, Horace AddHams. He lounges back in an oversized, velvet-backed chair and somehow still manages to dwarf the furniture around him. He's a half-orc of a kind of sickly green color, slimmer stature, but an impressive height and an otherworldly confidence. To his left, in an even larger, more grandiose chair, equipped with fine jewels and bones of small creatures, you see Letitia AddHams. She rests prim and proper as ever, an albino tiefling in a silky black dress with reflective straps that glint with the slight unholy pink glow coming from her curling horns. At about the midpoint of the table, we see the gloomy, brooding figure of Vespera AddHams, the oldest daughter, by blood, of the two. She's a half-tiefling, half-orc girl, about 15, who is currently taking one of the dull knives from the table, just a kitchen knife, a butter knife, and is dissecting a monitor lizard with two heads in the center of the table, ignoring everything else happening because it is beneath her, by right. Across from her, at the other side, her brother, Grub AddHams, a chubby boy of about 11, is currently trying to eat a fork fully sideways. And there is Grub AddHams in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time, as we are waiting here, to start introducing you lovely people. A vision of bright color and energy in this rather morose, drab dining hall. There's a halfling girl in a Victorian-style maid outfit, standing slightly behind Letitia's chair. You're standing to Letitia's left, kind of fidgeting with an unholy amount of anxiety and twitches. Melanie, please go ahead and give us a little bit of an introduction. Start with a character description, include your name as a character, and tell us how you're related to or employed by the Addams family.
Oh no, why am I first? Okay, so my character is named Whimsy. She's like 2.5 feet tall. She has skeletal tattoos. I'm trying to get a freaking snipping tool so you guys can see.
I've got the photo here for you that is now in the chat.
I don't have to worry about it. Yay! Okay, so so 2.5 feet tall. She's a new hire. Her best friend recommended her for the job, so I'm sure her best friend's here and she's probably staring at her the whole time like, am I doing good? Am I doing good?
Yeah, with our image of Whimsy here kind of twitching and sitting behind Letitia's chair, just waiting on Letitia's every word, correct? We're gonna go ahead and take our little virtual camera and pan down to Grub, who has figured out that he can actually fold the fork by bending it and then put it fully in his mouth. Now he's trying to figure out chewing it. At the seat next to Grub, we find our lovely Goliath friend. And I do say one of the seats. However, I want you guys to know they are definitely taking up 2 full chairs at once, trying to sit normally and looming over the table with an absurd height. Kind of a motley appearance. Thomas, I need you to give us a bit of introduction here, give us a name, and let us know how you're in the Addams family.
My character is named Little Bill. I forgot to write down the height, so I'm just gonna spitball. I'm gonna say
You
like
are
8
7
feet 2
foot.
inches.
I thought it was 7'8".
We raised it. That is what I guessed, but
Holy
we're gonna
cow!
go with it. Yes, Goliath, but when you look at them, they are a patchwork of different body parts. They have 2 goat feet that are different colors. And let's say just because of the height difference, they probably are a different height based off of where they are like positioning their weight due to the different body parts. They're wearing a torn up chef's outfit and chef's hat. They're the chef.
And this is something that you guys would be fully aware of. Whimsy is the family's new maid hire and has started to work around the house. Chef Little Bill has been with the family for so many generations. It is fully something you guys expect to see at all times. You are familiar with this face. A man of few words, but you guys are aware that this is kind of Frankenstein's monster if they were a genetic chimera instead of being a surgical chimera. However, we are going to take that same virtual camera and pan our eye line down a little bit further to 2 more individuals, excuse me, sitting next to each other. The first one of these sitting closer to Vespera. You're kind of staring into the table with a distant-eyed expression as if you're not really paying all that much attention to the very few words being vaguely mumbled as Grub chokes on the fork. Noah, please give me a little bit of a description here.
What's up? My name's Dallas. I am a man wearing sunglasses. You can't see my eyes. I wear them at night. I got relatively short, dusty, sandy hair. But back, definitely balding a fair bit, but we don't talk about it. Wearing just a pinstriped vest and slacks. He is that dude.
For those of you who are recent hires, you have never seen this man in your life. For those of you who have been part of this table for a while, this is a recurring figure. They seem to pop in and out. Last night, they seem to have come back to the fold for the first time in a little while. This was a little bit more of a extended stay away from the family, but I believe that our chef character of Little Bill would know that this is a cousin of the family. Lastly, but not leastly, our virtual camera is zooming directly in on another character who seems to be possibly the most put together visually of the entire group from an outside perspective. At the other end of the table from Horace AddHams with their feet kicked up onto the table in kind of a lazy pose, I imagine. Please tell me if I'm wrong there. But Davis, please give us a name and introduction and a little bit of a description of how you joined the family.
Currently, kind of sitting at the end of the table. Actually, he's kind of leaned over the table, and you see he is currently kind of working on something, weirdly enough. And as you look at this male human-looking individual, kind of a young man, kind of a younger Doctor Strange-looking type guy, on the age maybe of like 27, 28. Something strangely like that. But he's got the whips of just this pale skin, and if you were to look kind of like along his neckline, you see just this dark purple like veins kind of just poking out and protruding. But he is currently leaned over on the table, his beard kind of chiseled back a little. And if you were to peer in, you would notice that he is currently holding a bird. However, it is not moving, and he is holding a thorn from what looks to be some type of plant, and he appears to be stitching into the bird. Just quietly sitting there. However, you kind of see his eyes just kind of batting around a little bit as he's just doing it and focusing.
So, at our table, we have the AddHams nuclear family, a couple employees who are just as thick as thieves with the blood, and then a couple of our kin members here that have joined the family a little later. However, as we are all waiting for kind of the action to kick off here and watching Grub struggle to choke this fork back up now that it has lodged itself in his throat, Horace Addams kind of takes the moment to take an empty wine glass and tap it with a fingernail and completely shatter it immediately. All right, ladies, gentlemen of the Addams family. I believe I have 2 bits of news for all of you. And especially you, dear cousin, pointing a finger directly towards Dallas. The first bit of news concerns everyone. And the second bit of news will concern you four. And points to each of you individually. However, Whimsy, at this moment, I want you to continue your thought process as a character, but I want you to be very... Oh, nice, my dice bag just fell. I want you to be very fully aware that there is a face of a raven pressing itself out of the back of the chair, and then it goes skeletal, and it is talking to you. It is begging you to steal one of the small explosive devices that is currently resting on Grub Adham's belt. He's got a little utility belt around his massive stomach. He's like 11 and fully round. This raven is whispering in your ear, and I need you to be aware of that while Horace Adhams talks.
Okay.
So, our first bit of news. Sorry if you would like to go on.
Okay, cool. She's still standing next to Letitia, right?
Yes, you are to Letitia's
so-
left.
Okay, she'll look up to her. Your horniness, do you need anything else from me?
At the moment, I believe I need you to focus on what my dear husband is saying. However, if your wanderlust does require that you do something inhumane, at least make it a spectacle.
Okay, I'll try my best. Be right back. She'll just like skip around the table, just asking, do you need anything?
Yeah.
Do you want anything? She'll just make her way around. She'll go to Dallas first. Do you need anything? I work here.
No.
Good. She'll walk on over. She'll go to Little Bill next. How's the weather up there?
As little Bill is barely alive or conscious at the moment.
I'll take it as good. Then she'll go over to Simon. That's
As
pretty.
you walk over, it's just a completely dead bird, and he is stitching it. Like the wing fell off, and he is stitching it back on, and he's like poking like different buttons into its eyes. Like they're just seeds though, and he's just sewing them right in.
At about
That's pretty.
this point here, I would like Davis, for you as Simon, to continue playing with the knowledge that this bird that you are stitching in your hand has begged you for the last week to put it back together. And it is criticizing every single word or every single stitch, everything you do. This bird is terrorizing you.
I'm just fully staring at it, and you might just hear Simon. This is not. This is not what. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's fine. I'll fix it.
I take it you're good. She'll go off towards Grub, just skipping. Hey, Grub!
What's that?
Hey, see that fork?
No, the fork is part of me.
Should try and wrestle it out of his hand.
Oh Lord, for our first roll of the game, I am going to need Whimsy, our level 4 halfling rogue, to try to beat Grub Addams in a strength check where Grub Addams is using his mouth and teeth to hold on to a fork.
Yeah, I'm also gonna say she's not gonna be trying very hard. She has a +0 modifier. She's gonna try with her other hand to like try and sneak one of those things off his belt.
So this is a bait and switch, going for the fork and trying to
Yes,
steal one.
yes.
Okay, good plan. I
Yes.
like that. Go ahead, and if your focus is to be making the theft here, I believe I will have you make a sleight of hand check, and he will be focused on the strength check to keep the fork.
Awesome. Let's go. 25.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that without issue, two things happen. Grub Adams very proudly keeps his teeth clamped onto this stupid fork that he has decided he is obsessed with. Effortlessly lift a ticking explosive, roughly the size of a large golf ball. I want you to know that this device has a 50% chance to blow up when thrown, doing 2d12 force damage in a 10-foot area. So a 10-foot radius, 20 feet wide. However, it has a 50% chance to do absolutely nothing.
Oh no.
And that'll be on a d4 that I roll.
Crap.
However,
Okay.
this is in your inventory.
Okay.
As you begin to make the rounds, kind of check in on everybody, and do in fact successfully steal, Letitia gives you kind of a vague, proud grin for a second. And then Horace Adams continues a little bit of talking here. I did want to talk about the news I have here, but the mood isn't dreary enough in the room. Dallas, I've got something for you, and I hope you can catch after enough of those wines. And fully throws at you. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
He is throwing at you possibly the most beautiful music instrument you have ever seen.
That tracks. I rolled a 19.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's fairly effortless. It's like this thing is calling to you to snatch this beautiful saxophone out of the air. I want you to be aware that you have just received the Addams Funeral Saxophone, which is capable of forcing any character to spend an entire round of combat reciting their own eulogy if they fail a DC 16 Charisma saving throw, as an action that can be done once per long rest. If this creature fails, they take 1d12 psychic damage. Also, if used as a melee weapon, this uses the wielder's charisma modifier over strength or dex, doing 1d8 plus charisma mod.
Fuck yeah.
Alright, lad, go ahead and
I
play us a
immediately
dreary tune.
start playing Careless Whisper.
Oh lord, the air begins to fill with this. You are hammered. Lord knows that you have had your 4 early morning wines, and Montag, the drow elf butler, comes behind you with absolutely no intention to cut you off, and he will be serving you a 5th poisoned wine this morning. There's him. He is a mute, does not speak at all, not purely as a cop-out, so I don't have to make a voice for him. Offers you another wine. Please, given as you are absolutely hammered, make a performance check with a d6 subtracted from your roll, as you are very used to being drunk, and I will not give you disadvantage.
Yeah, that tracks. Okay. So, I rolled a total of 7. I rolled a 7 on the die, plus 6, minus 6 on the d6, for a total of 7.
Noah, please describe for me how this isn't careless whisper, this is vaguely ignorant scheming in the corner.
So, have you guys ever heard like a saxophone when you don't wet the reed? It kind of just honks repeatedly, almost like a goose. So there's just goose noises coming out of this saxophone to somber the mood up.
As you begin playing this, I need you to know that this saxophone, there's something off about it, in a good way. It's talking to you in the voice of your great-grandfather. Every time you press to open or close one of the valves, you are hearing a bit of a scream come from it, and it's fucking with your performance. And I need you to be fully aware that of the 3 players with schizophrenia, you are one of them, and that is affecting you. Little Bill,
Beautiful.
little Bill. As our resident kleptomaniac, goddamn, Grub did a number on that fork, and he looks like he was trying to prove that he was pretty strong. You need to have that fork. It's important to him. It's got value. Please continue to play from here forward with the idea that your kleptomania disorder is compelling you to try to get this fork by any means necessary from Grub Addams. However, we're going to jump back up to the head of the table where Horace Addams... Alright, the news. As you all know, the yearly Addams Family annual enchantment ball is happening tonight, where every member of Darkshire will be joining us here at the Addams Manor. Yes, and as the townsfolk come to lend their strength to our yearly ward protection ritual, we will need the other issue handled. Yes, unfortunately, the second bit of news isn't quite as nice. There's been an incident out by the shore of the churning sea. Unfortunately, we believe that some ne'er-do evils may have landed on our shores, somehow survived the treachery of the churning sea, and they've gone missing. But I've gotten a distress signal from one of my, well, Letitia's lovely enchantments. I need a couple of brave volunteers to go check on the wards. I've decided...
In time, you watch as Simon just tosses the bird up as he's finished sewing it together. It is time for you to fly. And it just falls straight down to the ground.
It lands roughly a foot away from it's a foot away in the space between Grub AddHams and Vespera AddHams. Vespera looks at it as if this is...
That was built for me. I'm sorry. That was made for me.
As you fully play that on the saxophone. Grub looks at this like it's something to eat. Vespera looks at this like she thinks she personally could have done an infinitely better job. And her voice kind of taking after her mother's. Oh, you're so bad at this. And then just goes back to dissecting the monitor lizard, which has now been kind of turned inside out, and she is using its own ribs as a needle to stitch it back together inside out.
Love it.
I snatch up the bird.
Yeah, once again, Grub Addams comes into contest with you here. You're trying to beat Grub Addams in a Dex or Strength check for this creature, this lovely bird that Simon has quite ceremoniously, yeeted onto the table.
Does it say anything as I throw it?
Oh, you bitch. And there is a splatting sound as it hits the table. The voice is still there. It's not the raven. There's something else. Where is this coming from? As you begin to kind of suss this out, we'll come back to you real quick as Little Bill is forcibly tearing a remanufactured raven from Grub's hands, I'm assuming. Go ahead and make a strength check here, Little Bill.
Great. 17.
11-year-old boy puts up a pretty good fight. But then again, you are basically an undead 7'8" giant humanoid. Your hands are almost as big as his giant fucking skull for an 11-year-old. It is no contest to rip this raven out of his hands, and you kind of mush it a little bit, destroying a little bit of Simon's hard work as you yank this creature back. Simon, at about this point, I would like you to go ahead and make an insight check.
All right, insight check.
Don't worry, I'll cook it up later, little boy.
All right, that is a total of 18.
With an 18 insight check, I want you to realize there has to be another creature within probably like a 30-foot radius of you. Maybe it's a mouse in the walls, maybe it's a bat somewhere. It has to be another creature is whispering to you, and it needs to be saved. Your schizophrenia is fully animal related here, telling you that you are basically Jesus to animals and you need to save this thing, wherever it is.
I'm going to currently just stop for a moment. I'm going to kind of reach into my pockets, and you're going to watch as I just pull out just some random sticks. And I'm going to spend the next 11 minutes starting to cast the ritual augur.
The ritual what? You cut out a little bit?
The ritual spell augury.
Oh,
So I'm just going to pull
joy.
out some sticks, and you're going to watch me start stacking them. And I'm going to start making like an Eiffel Tower, and then wrapping just some vines around. And then I'm just going to toss it up and then watch it break.
This display begins to happen as Horace AddHams thanks Dallas for the music here, gestures to Whimsy to return to his wife's side. So this second bit of news, I have decided that you four, mostly Dallas to redeem yourself, Simon to prove yourself as my adopted oldest son, Little Bill, because I don't know what the fuck else to do with you, and Whimsy, because you speak way too fast. You four have been selected to go and investigate the wards. I would suggest starting with the wards in the bog. Check on the town, Darkshire, make sure everyone's alright, see what came off of the shipwreck, as it were. Go to the forest and then report back. Can you all handle that?
Yes,
Do I look like
sir.
an all right person to you?
No, not at all.
Simon's not even paying attention.
However, since you all are just as incompetent as the rest of my kin, Letitia and I have prepared some items. Oh yes, we have in fact. At about this point, Letitia stands up, and I'm assuming this brings Whimsy to full alertness.
Yes.
Letitia is damn near as tall as her husband Horace, wearing heels in the morning, and just a vision of beauty and grace, basically floats her way down to the other side of the table, and almost apparating out of nowhere, she makes a flicking motion with her hand and then pulls back. And presented to you, Simon, this is the Addams Family experimental spear of homing and screaming. I would like you to write down that this spear can automatically hit its target and deal an additional 1d12 necrotic damage 3 times per long rest. After using this ability, the spear screams audibly as loud as possible and returns to the thrower's hand, where it does not stop screaming for 60 seconds. This can... The screaming cannot be silenced in any way, magical or non-magical.
I love it.
It is given to you. This is not an attunement item. Any item I give you is not an attunement item, just for pacing here. Now, the same
item is
time,
like handed towards him, he's still messing with the sticks. He's not even paying attention. They just end up having to lean it up against like the table next to him.
oh, poor baby. Focus on what you need to focus on, and kind of leans it very haphazardly up against you. Similarly, at about this same moment, Whimsy, you know the sound of clattering hard-shell footsteps on floor that denounces your trainer, Skinshank the maid. And you can look towards the double doors as our lovely humanoid crab creature and resident full-time maid Skinshank approaches you and kind of gives you the two-eyed stalk slap together that usually calls you to attention, and then speaks in her completely garbled, fucked-off voice. Given as she is a crab and has no concept of human vocal cords. However, you started to come to a little bit of an understanding with Skinshank and admire her. From the front of the smock, there is a small dagger produced, and it is haphazardly thrown towards you in a way that is meant to be catchable. Given as you're a rogue, not even gonna make you roll for it. I think you got it.
Yeah.
However, in your hand, you are given an engraved dagger. This bears the AddHams family seal, and it is called the AddHams Dagger of Darkness. Please take note, this dagger can cast the darkness spell once per day if the user cuts their hand or some other point on their body and takes 1d4 damage. When cast this way, this darkness regenerates allies who stand inside the darkness effect to the tune of 2 health per round. This darkness also does 2 necrotic damage per turn to enemies of the wielder who start their turn inside the darkness. However, this cannot revive a downed ally, and only lasts 5 turns instead of 10. Of anyone who's received an item so far, is there anybody who missed anything?
Double checking, it's 1d12 necrotic damage, correct?
Yes, sir.
That is,
And
I'm good.
Noah, you've got the funeral saxophone.
Oh yeah.
Cool. At this point, Horace Addams stands up and gestures you all to rise. So, we are going to be dealing with the enchantment ball, a vital ritual to keep this valley nice and shaded as we like it. This means fuck off, you all. And begins to shoo you all out the door with the
Hold up! I've got costumes for us to get in uniform.
Uniform.
A different uniform. We're on a mission.
It better
We
be
need to
cool.
be dressed for the part. So I will use disguise kit because why not? And
As you're beginning to do this disguise kit, you begin to feel a familiar sensation that you had thought maybe had been taken away from you. The wine glasses that Montauk brought you, you thought they were margaritas with salt around the rim as like a stylistic choice on the wine. Go ahead and make an intelligence check with advantage given your personal experience.
just straight intelligence.
Yeah, it's not a high DC. You've got a pretty good idea what this
17.
is. With a 17, you are absolutely confident in the deepest, darkest part of your soul that Montauk has broken a direct order from Horace Addams on his attention to rehab you, and in the rim of that wine, that was cocaine. Holy shit. You are fucking energized right now, my boy.
Okay, so with my disguise kit, I am going to very quickly dress everyone up as Robbie Rotten from Lazy Town. I will give everyone a prop instrument to match my saxophone.
The group starts to get a little bit into costume here. We realize that Simon is still staring at his sticks, and it's been definitely enough time. Augury spell does in fact go off. Simon, you are looking for an omen. What you looking for, my boy?
I'm going to simply, as I'm tossing the sticks and as they're trying to get me changed, not even paying attention to them, I'm going to just whisper out, "Which way are you? Tell me. Are you with these people? Do I follow them? Do I follow the voices?"
Unaware that it is your psychosis talking to you, or maybe it's not. Maybe this is just how this valley works. You reach out to the powers that be, looking for an answer about this small animalistic presence you feel. And you believe that with the question, are you with these people? Do I follow them? The sticks in front of you start to shift into a rune that you recognize to look like wheel. For a good result. To the rest of the party, the sticks don't move at all, and he is staring directly into a pile of fucking wood that is doing nothing.
I'm going to turn to them with the clothes right in front of me, about to be probably put on, and you're all just going to watch me shift, and I'm going to turn into a little weasel. And then you're going to see it's just a little black weasel, and you're going to notice that there are spines kind of protruding out of its back and like into a curved like function of like a rib cage.
I'd like
Flimsy
to
will walk up
attempt,
to it and be like,
I'd like to attempt to cut from the clothes that I have, clothes that will now fit a weasel, so he can still wear Robbie Rotten's outfit as a weasel.
Let's go ahead and make a scissors check related to your charisma here, because I really just fully believe you've spent enough time forcing your personality to affect this type of shit.
Can you scissor?
So, so, I'm going to send you a picture of what this dice landed on.
Oh boy, here we
Either a
go.
1 or a 20.
oh no.
It's got to
It's
be a
either
1
really
or a
good or
20.
really bad.
It's either a 1 or a 20. There's no way.
That's a total of
He's gonna
24.
scissor-
Yeah.
Oh shit.
With a natural 20 and a total of
Yeah.
24, I was going to attempt to make a creative way around describing this, but I want you to know that there are no limits and no boundaries right now. You can pull any resource you need out of your ass to describe how bitchin' this outfit you make is.
Okay, so we are sticking with the general color scheme and theme of the red, white, and or purplish blue. However, the white's going to be replaced with gold trim threading. We are going to give this weasel a very large cod piece as well, as fitting for a weasel, if you would say. Uh, and this weasel is also going to get a wig that is in the perfect pompadour fashion. I don't know where
Yes.
I don't know where we get the hairs from, but these are real hair for this pompadour.
You don't want to know where the hair comes from.
I love how you also had to like cut the holes in the back so the spines don't.
He's not stealing your
I'm also
drip, he's
trying to picture
enhancing.
how that even would have got on.
And then after that, I'm gonna go look for Montauk to try to get another bump.
Not very hard, as at this moment, with you all being Montauk is kind of using Little Bill's giant ass frame to herd you all out the door at the back by a surprising amount of strength and power of will for herding you guys out the door. At about this point, you turn around, Dallas, and look for Montag. He gives you a little wink and flicks you something that's at first invisible, and then it hits your hand and turns into this weird packet of liquid. It's vaguely pink, green, blue, purple, yellow. You look at it and you kind of go colorblind. It's fucking red, purple, blue, tight, tight, tight. You know something's up here. For those of you who have seen that scene in Breaking Bad, I just ruined it for you. But anyway, I haven't seen Breaking Bad, so please no more references. You don't know what this is, but Montag may have your back here. He gives you a
Fucking bit.
completely wordless as he is
My
mute.
legs! For the love of liberty, my legs!
I'm gonna pull my sunglasses down.
All three of you schizophrenic people hear that same scream at the same time.
They synced up like people.
It comes from different directions for each of you. Whimsy, you're pretty certain that the skeleton on your chest just turned into like bone lips and screamed out from your chest. That Simon, the spines on your back are clacking like a mouth, and you felt a ferret spirit just scream that out. And Dallas, the drugs are literally speaking to you.
I'm gonna pull my sunglasses down and reveal that my eyes are entirely too far wide apart. Like they're really far. They're way, like different zip codes. I'm gonna wink at Montag as I'm listening to this talking about a drug.
I want you to know that just to delay the payoff here, somewhere in the next 30 minutes, the drug bag stops its monologue and tells you that it is okay to imbibe. At some point you choose in the next 30 minutes of adventure, please feel willing to ingest.
The moment that it offers the opportunity to ingest, it is ingested.
I am
It
certain
is
on it.
imbibed.
However, to give you a chaotic lead here, you are fully allowed to choose when that happens. Last thing before I turn you guys loose on the Burnside Valley, and you are free to go check on the wards at the bog as requested, go to the town of Darkshire, go check on the ward pillar at the, I believe in our literally aptly named shitty map. Completely forgot what I named the forest, but it's the Breakwet Forest. There's also a ward there, and there's a shipwreck here. You have been tasked with investigating and checking that everything is fine. However, before I turn you guys loose, you're getting herded out of the house, and Little Bill, it's your fucking rival. Lunk, the groundskeeper, is currently dealing with an unending daisy infestation from hell in the garden. And he is losing the war. You think that you are a better chef and you could fuck this guy up in gardening too. This rival of yours, this massive 7'2", vaguely shorter than you, undead zombie groundskeeper, little bit broader in the shoulders, way more hunchback, shoulders kind of uneven, gives you his customary greeting as you are walking out the door, and he is hiding something behind his back. Other hand holds a pair of giant rusty shears.
I'm
Oh,
fucking
wow.
weak.
And he'll snatch the shears and he will throw them as far as he possibly can.
It is
Can I
about
cast guidance from 60 feet away?
I need you to go Goliath versus Giantoid Zombie. Strength check or dex check of your preference to snatch these gardening shears that you don't even fucking want, to bully the groundskeeper that has been here for as many hundreds of years serving the family as you have, and neither of you two have grown up and matured a fucking bit. Go ahead and make a
That's gotta be
contested strength
strength.
or dex. Okay, we're going for strength here. Lunk is going to go for dex to avoid you, as moving surprisingly quickly he tries to pull them.
Does the guidance work?
The guidance does
18
in
plus
fact work.
4.
Oh, fucking... There's
Do I get to
no...
add guidance?
Forget it, touch!
Go ahead and add that guidance as you hear a bit of a whisper behind your ear, and you're not sure if it's from Dallas or the ferret
That's
or
25.
Whimsy. Yeah, I'll go ahead and fuck myself here with my roll of 7. It's like you bullying a little kid. You've done this for years. You've danced circles around Lunk, the groundskeeper. You snatch these shears, and you know when you throw something in fucking the one Smash Brothers Brawl or whatever, and it does the little wink as it comes out of existence? These were his favorite pair of shears, man, and they don't exist anymore. He turns.
Walk away.
As you begin to walk away, you hear a thunk sound as something metallic hits the ground. Lunk has dropped the item behind his back and is sprinting off into the distance, trying to find his shears. He will never find them, and you all know that as well as I do. However, even with your passive perception of 13, the metal thing hitting the ground calls to you. And if you do turn, you do realize this is a dented frying pan of an ungodly large size. Davis just...
I can cook with that.
You-
the burn up real good.
How big is it out of curiosity and width?
You could cook Whimsy in it.
Of David's. I was gonna say, can she climb in it and just be like, "This is cool"?
Little
He's
Bill,
grabbing that
do
shit up.
you pick up this frying pan? Please have your notes ready, as you have received the frying pan of impending doom. Thomas, please be aware. Thomas, please be aware that this frying pan radiates an unholy energy that calls to your soul in a way that you just couldn't have expected, and it's in surprisingly good taste for Lunk. This frying pan converts all rage bonus damage to necrotic and allows the user to overexert themselves, doing 1d10 extra necrotic damage per hit at the cost of 1d6 necrotic damage to the wielder. This 1d6 necrotic damage to the wielder cannot be reduced in any way. This can be used infinitely as a feature as long as you are above 0 hit points. And
Watching the DM gears turning in their heads.
I am living for their reactions as the two DMs have realized that I have a desire to completely and utterly molest 5e into my version of a game.
I think it sounds cool.
I am hoping that everyone is happy with their homebrew items that I have given based on their class.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I get the feeling that Davis already has plans for what he wants to completely ruin with a spear that screams. Yeah, there's the eyebrow raise. He's ready. Little Bill, you got your big ass frying pan. This thing is about 3.5 feet across. The frying pan, you realize you're missing something. You don't have your greatsword. At this point, Grub AddHams, being roughly 2'9", comes sprinting out of the house as fast as that fat little fuck can on his tiny little legs, and is carrying a ritual sword that is bigger.
I'm sorry,
than
I
him.
have to jump in here.
Mhm.
Can I cast command
On who?
on Grub?
Grub is carrying a 5.5 foot long greatsword with its mount, the board that it mounts on, with the ox head skull that is grabbing it sideways, and is attempting to carry it out to to Little Bill as he leaves the house. However, I'm gonna guess we find a way to ruin his trip a little bit.
Oh, trip is exactly what we're going to be doing. As I command him to trip with a little trill on my saxophone.
What is poor bastard Grub's fucking saving throw?
It's a DC 14 wisdom save.
With a natural 5 and a profound stupidity in his sense of wisdom as an 11-year-old who eats forks, he is running at a full speed with this thing above his arms, doing a fucking soldier holding a rifle above his head in water, and slapstick style turns into a rolling creature and yeets the sword towards Little Bill, and all you can hear is prolonged out much longer than I have the skills for. As every time his head comes around, as he is rolling downhill, you hear no, hurt.
I would like to pick up the sword,
Yep.
and I will yell at fucking Grub. And I'd like to take the frying pan, and I'd want to send him flying into the shed.
You baseball bat. It's a kickball. He is rolling towards you, and you scoop him off the ground. Hybrid kickball and golfing.
It's cricket. It's just straight up cricket.
That was what I was looking for, but I couldn't even beat myself there. So thank you for getting me there.
I got you.
Using the frying pan, please beat the shit out of Grub. Go ahead and make an attack roll. He is commanded and focused on tripping. You have advantage on this. Simon, ferret mode. There's a bird nest. There has to be a bird nest inside.
Natural 20 plus 6.
Oh god, Simon, you get the sincere auditory hallucination of the sound of a bird coming from inside the chef's hat that Little Bill wears. However, this is completely blown over. Thomas, please describe for me how far and fast and the sound it makes as you send Grub into the stratosphere or into the shed or wherever the fuck you want to send Grub.
When I say shed, the shed is 40 feet away.
It's like 3 zip codes away, my boy. With that
And
one,
he just
you're on the neighbor's
swings
shed.
as hard as he can, and you just see Grub go flying, spinning at the shed, and just slam straight through the door. And all that's left is a hole the size of Grub with his arms wide out.
It is a blueberry hole with hands and feet and a head with 2 little tusks.
As he flies, swims, he says, "Far!"
Simon.
Simon's gonna look over, just noticing this all of a sudden. I wonder if that hurt.
From
Weasel speak?
Is the weasel speaking this, or is this just an internal thought?
That's just internal thought. The weasel can't speak.
Exactly.
You just almost like a meerkat. You just see him look over, and he's Did that hurt?
Just
Can Whimsy point towards Grub, casting message and say, "Did that hurt?"
no, it was inspiring.
It didn't hurt him.
Make an insight check. Oh my god, okay. Well, at this point, I am reintroducing something from Davis's campaigns, as I have to reintroduce my SRC, the shit roll counter. Every time I roll a natural 1, I write it down. In a year of playing, I have accumulated over 100 across 2 campaigns. I am possibly the new Will Wheaton, but as a DM. Simon, do you attempt to climb up? Let's resolve that insight check of a 13. Grub's pride is hurt. His body is fine. He's kind of indestructible. Simon, at this point, knowing that there is a sound coming from the chef's hat of Little Bill, do you climb up or attempt to climb up under the hat, Ratatouille style, as a ferret?
I just wait as he's just kind of focused on looking over at the shed, scamper up his leg and up his shirt, and then just lift up the hat.
Thomas? You know what I'm about to ask you to describe. How,
So there's hair on half of the head. You know, it kind of just straightened, flat, greasy, just straight down like this. The other half, down, flat. Flat. A body part should never be this flat. Something's wrong, and it makes sense.
I'm just gonna sit on that flat spot.
Now,
Oh.
just
And
because
then
I
I'm gonna
want
put the chef hat above myself. And I'm just gonna sit on my little pedestal in there.
Huh? Huh? You found a perch. It's a
I did.
fucking unusually square corner of Little Bill's
just
head.
And then on
Just
top
to
of it, I'm
express
gonna
this.
cast Drizzle. I can't even do that. I'm a weasel right now. I can't. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna wash this dude's hair. It needs it.
Oh god.
Just to use this stat because I want to, can I roll an investigation check to see if I notice him?
Oh, of course. Good fucking luck.
Oh, I'll roll a stealth check. I got this.
I rolled a 8 minus 4.
Do you have schizophrenia too? Are you imagining a weasel? What the fuck? You don't have schizophrenia. You like stealing shit. Hold on. You
When he goes
as
to
Little
scratch his
Bill.
head because he wonders, I just scratch his head with my claw.
In an uncommon symbiotic relationship, the weasel riding your head may be a good thing for Little Bill. However, at about
As
this
you
point,
scratch his head, his reaction is to make the motion that he's scratching his head, but he's not actually scratching his head.
at about this point, two things happen. Simon, with your ungodly perception, passive perception of 24, you realize that you begin to smell the smell of an animal that needs help. It wasn't in the hat. You got fooled. It happens sometimes. It's coming from the bog. You need to go to find the bog. And roughly about
Pull the hair and just start pushing it towards
just piloting Little Bill towards the bog. Perfect. They begin to start walking off, and as you guys, I'm assuming Whimsy and Dallas begin to follow.
Where are you
Mhm.
going? I have tiny little legs. Pick me up.
Roughly at this point, Whimsy, it's happening again. The skeletons, they keep talking to you. Today's a particularly active day for the skeletons that tend to whisper in your ear and beg you to do shit. But this one's unusual. You hear in your ear, "Oh, darling, the weasel is so cute.
It is.
You don't kill it, but stay very close to it and learn its ways. Learn to mimic the weasel to make me proud."
I'll do that for you.
Does Whimsy have any idea this is Letitia's voice? Does this seem out of place at all to Whimsy? Do you even question it?
No!
Fuck no, you don't.
Her horniness speaks to me.
As the matriarch of the Addams family is nowhere near the range of being able to communicate in this way, you believe that Letitia has told you to learn from the weasel. The weasel is heading off that direction. Looking at our aptly named shitty map, the Addams Manor is up here on top of this plateau, and there's a couple of paths kind of curving down. One skirts by the forest, and the first stop along your way, if you went the traditional way, sticking to the roads, would be the Darkshire Township. However, you could just dodge the township itself in entirety and go check on the ward pillars at the Breakwet Forest. You could probably find your way over to the bog without hitting the town. You could dodge it all and immediately go for the shipwreck if you cared to deal with what Horace had tasked you for as a group with. However, Simon is kind of piloting and leading this charge, so I'm going to kind of put it up to Weasel Simon here. Where are you guiding him?
To that animal. It needs help.
Cool. This
We're off
kind of
track
like
officially.
kind of like one of those the moment in Across the Spider-Verse where Peter Porker floats across the air smelling a pie. Your senses are in overdrive. Your hallucinatory senses are in absolute fucking overdrive. You smell an animal that needs help and it's in the bog. It's about a 15-minute walking trip, piloting here, led by Simon up on the hat, Whimsy following very closely, and Dallas, this bag of drugs is the most eloquent creature you've ever heard. You don't know what it is, but you feel the need to hear it out.
I am. I will listen intently to this bag of drugs. I will hold it in my ear. And when it's
Can
not
I,
actively speaking, I will play the song of its people.
I'm gonna say that with our passive perceptions here, it is going to be Simon who notices the bag of drugs is not speaking to him, but Dallas Bolsara AddHams has completely fucked off the rest of the world to just devour some sort of auditory thing from from this bag of drugs that was illicitly slipped to him by Horace, or sorry, by
Can I look
Montauk.
the bag?
Oh yeah, you like that bag.
As I'm
I
watching
should have said
this,
no.
there's a moment Simon's just kind of looking, and then he
Hey!
almost starts leaning off the head, and then has to pull himself back up.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
God.
I have 2 different feet, and you're having me run full speed. I am slamming into trees at full force.
Across this
Like
15-minute
each step,
period.
I'm just falling like farther.
Whimsy has tiny feet. Could you just try and jump on one of his legs?
Yeah. I'm guessing he doesn't even notice. It is a roughly 15-minute sprint here. I'm gonna say that your timer on that bag anywhere within the next 5 minutes that you would like to, Dallas.
Dallas completely freezes.
The rest of the party begins to kind of walk off with a passive perception of 24. Simon, party member has stopped. You
I'm gonna
most
stop the hair.
indecisive weasel.
Little Bill stops, and all you see is heels digging through the dirt
His
for
hoofs.
10 feet as he slides forward to a stop.
Oh god.
Weasel's gonna crawl
I
out
also-
of the hat. Look over
What'd you
towards
expect?
everything else. Switch back into Simon. Look over at Dallas. Why did you stop?
At this point, Dallas's pupils are larger than his irises. Completely frozen, not moving at all, not reacting to any of your speech, nothing. Catatonic. Standing there with an empty bag in his hand.
Can Whimsy use Mage Hand? And since she's a freaking trickster arcanist, or whatever it's called, it's invisible. Can she try and snatch the baggie out of his hand?
Ooh boy. Dallas, your passive perception isn't great, but this seems important enough to you that I think you get to make a roll against this. Make a dexterity check for the mage hand. I don't even know what the fuck bonus you would use. I'm not a good enough DM for that.
Sleight of hand?
It's
15?
so this is perfectly fitting. Now your mage hand definitely snatches this empty bag out of his hands as I roll a natural 1.
Oh.
However, you said the bag is empty.
It is empty.
Noah, my boy, my dear sweet boy. There comes a time where, as a new DM, I have now stepped into something that I realize that I freestyled this, and I now have to make up a new drug experience for you because I did not have this planned as well as I should have. So, freestyling here off the cuff, this liquid, this shape-shifting, beautiful color liquid that has been singing sweet nothings to your ear for the last 20 minutes of stumbling down this road behind these fuckers, goes down like honey. It is so nice and smooth. It is the best alcohol you've ever tasted. It is sour, it is sweet, the textures are so grainy and so smooth, and holy fuck, every sense you have is turned up to 20. I would like you to know that for the next hour, you have advantage on everything that involves using your brain. You have disadvantage on everything that involves using your mouth, tongue, hands, or feet.
I'm gonna write body for that.
Basically. As your brain goes into overdrive a la Lucy from the movie where she gets the drugs and her brain starts using more than 10% of its power, you have advantage on everything. You can see the fucking stars. The ancestors are coming out of the fucking eternal clouds above you, and they are kissing your skin. They are so proud of you. You are not the failed, literally 6 times removed cousin of the Addams family. You are a prodigy in making, and you definitely do not need to kill yourself in the next hour. However,
Thank you.
your body is not functioning at all how you are attempting to tell it to. You think it is. From an outside perspective, you are a ragdoll that is kind of like a drunk person on self-preservation mode. That's you. Your body is in fucking pure autopilot mode. And I'm assuming as this begins to happen here, you guys realize some time has passed, and you're about 5 minutes from the bog here. Simon, that smell is getting strong. Anybody would like to do anything at this point, please jump in.
I need you to do something. Whimsy, I need you to do something.
Whatever you need.
Take this rope and tie it around Ellis's ankle.
Okay. She'll do as she said, as he says.
I'm gonna take the other part of the rope and put it around little Bill's waist. All right, let's go save the animals. Don't you hear
Wait.
them screaming?
Before we go, she looks up
What?
to little Bill. Upsies. I want to be near the weasel.
Can I rip a tree out of the ground in response to the question? Sees.
Uppies.
A little bit frustrated. He doesn't understand why we've stopped. And he wants to rip a tree out of the ground.
Yeah, the nearest tree to you, every tree here is completely dead. The nearest tree to you is a decaying, mossy piece of shit. Go ahead and make a strength check, my boy. God, what time did we start?
6:35.
With a 19, it takes you a second to find your footing. The ground is getting kind of swampy towards the start of the bog here. And after the first grip around it, it takes you tapping into a little bit of that anger in your soul. But I want you to know that you are fully capable of hugging a tree and suplexing it out of the ground if you like. With Simon.
He'll hug it. He'll hug it. And he'll just start screaming.
Simon,
That
this is
was
your
my
exploding.
favorite tree.
We have to go.
Simon, I do want you to know this tree screams in agony. It's long dead, but this tree is screaming in agony inside your head and no one else hears it. This is the worst noise you have ever heard in a tree of this kind make. But
I'd like to remind we still all look like this, by the way. Even the weasel.
I'm not a weasel anymore. All my clothes ripped. I'm wearing my normal clothes now, and a little toupee is just stuck on top of my head.
Are you still riding on Little Bill's shoulders? Or are you walking now?
I'm walking now.
Okay.
That's what I hopped off earlier, but now I'm sitting here just going.
Just to check, you did remember to bring the spear, correct?
I did.
Okay,
I
good.
did remember to bring the spear. Do you not hear it screaming?
No, it's screaming in your head. It's been telling you shit. The rest of the party, this spear is completely silent.
Do none of you hear it? The agony.
I mean,
Are you stupid?
Let's go. And he's just gonna continue to start walking.
oh god, I'm assuming that Little Bill follows, and we make the worst dog sled team as Dallas's fucking leg is yanked out from under him. Is dragged.
Oh, before we go, I pick up Whimsy and I put her on Dallas's chest like a sled.
Are we going downhill currently?
Very slightly, and it's getting boggy. It's getting mushy.
So every
Can
time
I lay flat and slide down the hill and be a sled as well?
Can I, as he's doing this, I actually look at Whimsy, and as he lays down, I'm going to cast Enlarge on him.
On Little Bill or on Dallas?
On Little Bill, so we can all get on top of him and just ride him.
while we're sliding down, I would like to cast Minor Illusion and audible to everyone. It is Tibetan throat singing. Just as we're sliding.
A sight to behold as this party of four completely functional, like people with four people with completely functional legs decide that the most efficient way to get down the hill is to tie themselves together and use their own faces as bobsleds to slide down a sloggy hill together.
Simon goes up to him as he's laying down and just places a hand on him, and you just see this little seed kind of just embed itself into his back, and then he just grows.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Holy
Look, all
shit.
those are now.
You just can't see it.
I fully was not ready for this. Oh.
You're doing fantastic.
Oh god, as a completely new DM, I am fucking elated and terrified as the fact that I have to find a way to steer this into the end game in the next like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
I
You
can stay
did
as long
say
as
that
we
you
need
could-
to.
Yeah, and you could extend it into a 2-shot if you need to.
I am
Don't be afraid to
considering
do
that is the pace that we are on because we were supposed to be done around or like getting to the bog at roughly the 30-minute mark.
Yeah,
However,
no.
this has been insane, and I am so happy at this point. In lieu of DM's inspiration, as the party is not only biting on my poorly placed story hooks, as well as playing to their psychoses incredibly well and embracing chaos as a team that was completely motley thrown together. In lieu of DM's inspiration, I would like all of you to be aware that you have 5 alignment points. Please write this down and keep track of that. Thomas, you get that? You're muted.
Thomas is dead.
Thomas may not be here.
5.
That's just him hitting the rocks with his face as we're going down.
Each individual rock makes an echo as you slide down. Each of you
Oh,
has 5 alignment points, and for our DMs in the chat, fuck you, I will not be revealing what that means yet. Love you guys. I had to throw something new at you for the sake of feeling fresh and cool. Alright, we come back to our scene here after a little bit of a brief interlude as on their back, Dallas is being dragged with Whimsy sitting on top of them. On their face, Little Bill is sliding down what wasn't really a path, it's just kind of a boggy, sloggy hill that is slowly picking up speed and clearing the way with his face as Simon very poisedly rides on top of them as the shittiest roller coaster of all time.
I'm grabbing flowers and stuff as we're going.
The
If Little Bill
Daisy.
gets stuck at all, he's bicycling his legs behind him. So like, just if he starts slowing down, just digging his foot in and pushing him.
On top of the Tibetan throat singing, I would also like to be simultaneously, almost polyrhythmically, playing "Thrift Shop" by Macklemore on the saxophone.
Oh, can Whimsy use her fiddle and play along with him?
Oh my god.
Just for
As
visual.
almost incapacitated and playing on this saxophone with Whimsy sitting there staring directly into the cone of his saxophone and playing as well. From an outside perspective, someone on the path would hear an unholy cacophony starting in a distance as they shoot by. I am going to need a group skill check. As we essentially
I'd like
use
to add-
little Bill as a pilot down the hill.
Can I scream with the music?
In between the rocks that are taking chunks out of your teeth, yes, you can scream.
At the same time, while Simon's grabbing flowers, just thinking this
Like
is
a
all the
metronome.
voices in his head. His voices are just going off. He's just sitting there going, just rearranging flowers, just bopping his head.
All right, this is a
It's a normal
group skill
evening.
check here. However, each of you can use a skill of your choice to make this group skill check, as each of you is using some of your strengths to contribute to the idea of getting down this hill very quickly and efficiently at the cost of Little Bill's face.
Using performance for the polytonality.
Yep. Yep.
I rolled a 24 total.
All right, I'm gonna say that's one success on our group skill check here to get down the mountain without fucking
It's an
dying.
18 plus 6.
All right, who's up next? Who wants to use some sort of check here to steer this, literally?
I'm literally going to do I'm going to be a little creative on this.
Okay.
I'm literally going to do a sleight of hand check as we're going down because I'm not paying attention. And times that I'm grabbing flowers, I'm leaning at the correct moments.
Accidentally steering here with the sleight of hand. All right, I'm gonna let that
Straight up,
completely
and
go.
by the time we get down to the bottom, there's just a couple teeth in the top of the bouquet that I don't even know where they came from, and I'm just like, that looks good.
Yeah, this collage is getting out of hand, but go ahead and make that sleight of hand roll. A dirty 20. We're gonna call that a second success here. Little Bill, Whimsy, what are you guys doing to help us get down the mountain? And this is a sliding scale DC here, where the more successful you are, the better this turns out, or the less successful you are, the more it's gonna suck. It's not just a pass-fail thing.
I have an
Whimsy,
idea.
Little Bill
Could
has an idea,
I
God forbid.
use athletics
No shit.
too, because as he bicycles faster and his face smashes through more rocks. And I'd like at the end of this, as he stands up, there's less skin there.
It's the wrapping around the bottom of my fucking stems.
The plastic for the bouquet. No, that's his full side of his face. Go ahead and make an athletics check here. I'm gonna say it's a the DC here is mostly about you trying to not take an unholy amount of damage as being used as a sled.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm fine with cheeks and eyelids being gone.
Yeah.
10.
10. You are an artisan more willing than skilled in this moment. You have put a lot of gusto into the speed that you have propelled the team forward with. That has negative and positive
Don't forget you
repercussions.
had advantage because you're enlarged, by the way.
Oh,
You
Sorry.
are
You know
going to
what? Okay,
have.
can I also inspire him?
Yeah, you easily passed your performance check here. I am definitely willing to allow inspiration and advantage on this.
so that's gonna be 18.
Our 10
9
9
plus 6,
plus 6.
and then that's 15 plus 3.
All right, and did you roll that with advantage or just inspiration?
The advantage was the first 4, so
Oh,
I did the
jeez.
second roll.
Okay.
And then the inspiration.
All right, with an 18, it's cosmetic. It's a fucking flesh wound. Little Bill, I want you to know that despite the 21d6 that I was willing to throw at you and one-shot you as you were ground away, the bog and the sheer power of plot armor being an Addams Family member, I am going to roll a d4, and you are going to take that many d4 of damage here. It is a 1.
Good
You are
lord.
going to take
Dang.
1 damage. God, that counts as an
And when I
SRC.
leaned forward and I grabbed part of his face as it was going by, I leaned my knee, digged his fucking jaw straight into the.
That's the break on the human ice skate. Is you dig his jaw open like a fucking a shitty excavator coming to a stop.
And as we stop,
Blood?
that was good. You did a good job. And I'm just gonna stand up and
When
just
you
start
did
walking.
that, blood sprays back up into your face, and when Little Bill's face comes back above the dirt, he's laughing.
As
You
you're
take
laughing,
2 damage.
The cacophony
That's fine.
slides up right next to you guys of both Tibetan throat singing and the end of Macklemore's thrift shop.
I wish we had fans so we could get an animatic made of this. But Whimsy, this was a really delightful journey. You didn't have to do much. You just kind of played along.
I was here for the ride. She's gonna use prestidigitation and make sparks fly.
Like crossing the worst finish line of all time in an imaginary bobsled. Ladies and gentlemen, we have fucking finally arrived to the bog. This bog,
Only 2 hours in.
this bog, I need you all to know, looks relatively close to this. It is called the Unending Bog on our shitty map. You have slid past the town of Darkshire and made enough noise, ruckus, and permanent damage to the scenery here. If you look in the pictures chat, this is the Unending Bog, and you have slid right up to where Little Bill's jaw caught on one of these stones at the edge of the image. In the center, despite its massive phallic pillar imagery, is a giant glowing pink tower. You've seen this before, those of you who have been around for a while. Whimsy, you're kind of a rescue. This may not be familiar. You're recent. Little Bill, you haven't left the house in a fucking century, but you've heard of this. If you have 2 brain cells to fight for 3rd place, one of them might.
You want to roll history?
Good fucking luck. I dare you.
I got a 4.
Guidance.
I got a 2 minus 4. Negative 2.
Guidance. Guidance.
With the guidance, you might come out of here with a
What?
0.
We can get positive.
As the pendulum of your brain trying to reconnect as your face has sloughed off.
Catfish building.
This is a bog. You're pretty certain.
Do you know what this is?
Dildo!
Your body's not functioning. Good luck standing up. However, Simon, the smell of an animal in need is different to you than an animal in heat. This is a desperate cry for help. The hallucinations are getting bad. You see a creature crawling up this pillar and you realize you're the Addams family's oldest son, as the adopted son. In between spurts of you not paying any fucking attention at all, when Horace AddHams was talking, Go ahead and make an insight check here. I'm going to tell you the DC is not very high, as you have had this force fed to you. Something is wrong. Make an insight check.
That is a 16.
With 16, not only are there animals here, the forest spirits, crying out because something has been disrupted, you remember kind of an echo of Horace Addham's voice. This isn't right. There are footsteps here. There's a presence here. Something's been fucked up, and holy shit, this tower is not in one piece anymore. It looks as if there's the enchantment. Something's wrong with the enchantment. This isn't good. This is one of the 3 pillars that protects this valley, and it's responsible for casting this cloud of dark fog that typically pervades this valley. The fog is thinning. This isn't good.
The footsteps. About how old are they?
I'm going to say with your combined passive brain power and the fact that you're a druid and have an attachment to nature, especially within this valley,
Yeah, I just sniffed the track.
I'm going to say that someone's been here within the last hour, and that's why the fog fully hasn't cleared. It's not an imaginative leap for Simon to come to the idea that someone may have been here and disturbed the pillar. It's possible the enchantment that is making the fog that protects this valley has been broken. And these footsteps are leading right up to the pillar.
We have an intruder who wants to have some fun.
Can I cut them? She pulls out her dagger.
Oh.
Go find him.
Dallas.
I'm going to pick Whimsy up like she's a fucking little dog, like that. And I'm just gonna release her and just let her go.
like a
I'm
wind
gonna
up
cast
toy.
guidance that way. I'm casting guidance that way too, so she's guided.
Like a wind up toy, you are Whimsy, let off like the most terrifying homing rabbit in the direction of this pillar. Dallas, you are still tied to Little Bill. I'm going to go ahead and the ancestors inside your head start screaming. This isn't Euphoria anymore. They're worried about something. At disadvantage, please make an insight check. This disadvantage because this is not the Euphoria you are wanting.
Wow, two piss poor rolls. 9 total with disadvantage.
I was gonna tell you something, but you know what?
I scream. I screamed with the ancestors.
As a conduit for the AddHams ancestors, this is no longer Tibetan throat singing or Mongolian throat yelling or whatever the fuck it was before. This is a man in agony, and you have a moment of lucidity and realize that the back half of your body has nearly been scraped off. Little
What is your
Bill.
problem? What is this? What is this?
Insert Wilhelm scream.
Exactly. Little Bill and
What
Simon.
are you doing? We have stuff to do. Do you not see Whimsy is running off like a lost fucking rabbit?
Damn it!
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Quick, come on. Follow me.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Little Bill, even if he doesn't get up, just drag him along. He'll be fine. He'll learn.
As Simon begins to kind of play the good son here, and for his own reasons as well as his responsibility, if he has a sense of it, begins to kind of push us towards the bog here. The ground gets really shitty. Little Bill, you begin to kind of sink in, and you need to be really careful about where you put your footsteps. Simon, your bee-catching eye and your sense of hallucinations are a very big detriment to you here, and you could get distracted and put a foot wrong. Whimsy, the skeletons, holy fuck, you are seeing them like Lord of the Rings in that one scene where they're in the bog in the swamp and there are the skeletons creatures under, or the spirits underneath. If you stare into one of these pools, you are dead certain you will be drowning. Dallas, you're along for the ride, man. Fuck it.
Yeah, we fucking ball. We're just going.
So the 3 of you that are conscious and lucid can begin a group dexterity or You know what? Fuck it. You guys know your characters and know how you would get through this. We're starting a group check to get to the pillar safely. What do you got, Noah?
Can I impose disadvantage on everyone by periodically screaming?
I'm gonna say that with 3 of our party members having schizophrenia, I'm not gonna give it disadvantage because they're kind of used to that. I'm gonna make them minus. I'm gonna essentially turn it into Bane, and they're gonna minus a D4 from their rolls on this skill check. However, the 3 of you are experts in navigating a fucked up sense of fucking skull noise.
May I oppose this negative?
Oppose this negative. Okay, what are you doing to oppose
Does
it?
little Bill have the intelligence to understand that screaming is bad?
I'm not prepared to answer this as a DM. Like as a game runner, I'm not ready for this question. Fuck.
My face is so fucking red.
Remind the world. What is Little Bill's intelligence?
It's like a 6 or some shit.
I'm gonna say, Little Bill, you can make whatever check you like using any skill as long as you can use Little Bill's intelligence to explain why it works to get you through this bog safely and drag Dallas with you safely. The
He
two
walks forward.
You are brute forcing your way through this. Scorched
I will
earth.
pull my leg out of each time as hard as I can.
He's behind me. He's his way through.
What is a bog?
What is a bog? Oh god, okay. I will allow you to make whatever roll you think is fitting as your contribution to this, and because you're too stupid, you have no sort of disadvantage imposed on you. Simon and
I mean,
Whimsy, the screaming is a little disruptive. I think I'm gonna stick with that D4 and you guys' skill checks, but to balance it, you guys are allowed to tell me whatever skill you are using to traverse this.
I was gonna ask if I could say to Simon, turn into a little creature, I can catapult you all the way across. Yeet!
I'm gonna look over at her. I'm not going to do that for you.
Can you make me smaller? I'll eat myself.
No.
You're mean.
No.
You're no fun.
No.
Whimsy, I can imagine that you've been set off like a pullback car. You're trying to convince them as you're running and bouncing and like a hyper rabbit bouncing off the walls. You can start your check here. Go ahead and describe to me what skill you are making, what skill you are using to traverse the fucking bog.
Well, first off, how deep is the bog? Because she's 2.5 feet tall, and you said freaking little Bill was having trouble.
Yeah, you need to be careful. There are some of these pools. There are some of these pools that are definitely 7 or 8 feet tall, deep. The ground at some points narrows to about this wide, and you're lucky you're a halfling. Little Bill has to take a different path by not taking a path and forcing his way fucking through the middle of the block. Yeah, what skill are you using to get through this? I'll allow you to pick the skill for the thing as long as you can make it make sense.
Well, is she scared of the water because the skeletons are in it, or is it like happy? Like she likes the skeletons.
Yeah, you do love skeletons. You also, if I may, have a little bit of a sense of duty here from Letitia, and the Weasel Man seems to think it
Yes.
was important you got there safely, so it's up to you how
True,
you want to
true.
play it. What's your
True.
goal?
True. I need to get over there. She.
Sorry, I just read a DM that broke me. Alright. What are we using here? Also, Little Bill, what's your role?
I'll be rolling athletics for high knees.
Yeah, okay, go ahead and go for it. Whimsy, what are we doing?
She'll try and skip
Oh,
around
natural one.
because I don't know if that'd be athletics or more so strength.
Wait, am I still enlarged?
No.
Oh no, I don't
Yeah,
fucking know. I
it's
can't keep
over.
track of it.
Nope.
Natural 1 for you,
natural
and
one.
yes, I will allow you to roll that way, Whimsy. Go ahead and make the roll. Simon, how you getting across the bog?
I'm gonna help as Whimsy's going. I'm gonna cast guidance, and I'm basically just gonna make flowers pop up in a path that she's like, oh, shiny, and then just continues following them.
I respect that 100%. I will allow Whimsy's role to definitely have the guidance here. What are you doing to get across the bog yourself, Simon? Are you traversing it at all?
I am honestly, I'm probably just going to. I probably spend time down here. Honestly, I'm probably gonna use this check and through it. Kind of just
Yeah,
follow my own path. To be honest.
Druid doing as Druid does. Go ahead and make your roll there. However, I want you to know that as you begin to do this, there is a damn near unconscious, blubbering Dallas being very slowly dragged directly into the deepest part of this bog as little Bill, force of nature that he is, charges directly forward, falls 10 feet deep into a fucking pit, and drags Dallas to the edge of this pit. Little Bill, I need you to make a strength saving throw to either jump out of this shit, or a dexterity throw of some kind to swim out of this. However, Dallas, you are at the edge of this. This is your fucking moment. There is water right here. What you doing, my boy?
I will do everything within my possible power, every fiber of energy that I have, to rotate my face down into this water and inhale.
As the ancestors scream at you to join them, you are attempting to kill yourself in the bog as Little Bill has given you the perfect opportunity. Whimsy, what did you roll?
It's a free action to kill yourself.
24. It is a free action to kill yourself as our suicidal bard with severe schizophrenia and drug problems has come full circle. Oh my god, Whimsy, you are so adept at just fucking off through this that you basically teleport to the pillar and you have the free ability to move back and forth between where everyone else is and the pillar as much as you like. I will describe what you see once we've either TPK'd to a fucking puddle or arrived at the
She
pillar.
picks a lot of flowers as she goes.
Simon, what did you roll?
I got a total of 15 with that last one.
Okay, good. You've been here enough. The DC isn't insane. If you're any sort of sentient at all, getting through this at a normal pace is fairly easy for you. However, as you are starting to go, you do realize that Little Bill has disappeared into a puddle and does not seem to be rising, and Dallas, with what worming they can do with their dysfunctional body, has face slid themselves head and shoulders into a fucking puddle of water and seems to be blowing bubbles.
I did roll a saving throw. Would you like to know it? Rolled a
Totally.
18 plus 6 on strength save.
Yeah, strength save here. You don't get stuck at the bottom of this, and you have a DC 10 strength check to climb out of this before you begin to suffocate very easily. Dallas, roll to kill yourself, buddy. I need you to be aware that you are in a race against Little Bill getting out of this puddle. If Little Bill gets
I rolled a 13 on the die.
I don't even know
would you
what
like
check
to use
this
as a
is.
modifier?
Oh god. The rope will go taut at some point, but essentially this is a race against Little Bill getting out of the puddle and dragging you through it as he continues to trek here. You are speedily trying to drown yourself. This is the opposite of a constitution saving throw. Go ahead and make a constitution, use that 13 and minus your constitution modifier. And you are looking to get
It's 10.
10. I was going to say that I believe your DC for taking what would be your first death saving throw is a 10. However, this is the Addams Family world. As you begin to suffocate and drown here, you have taken the first step towards dying. Dying isn't a bad thing in this world. It's backwards. Addams Family, death is everywhere. This is great. However, I need you to realize that there are invaders in this land, and Simon may have found proof of them. death is beginning to change. I need you, for the first time in our campaign, to make an alignment saving throw in lieu of a death saving throw.
14 total.
Congratulations, you have succeeded your first alignment saving throw. Death doesn't scare you, but as your head dips under this water and you begin to imbibe this sweet water that just, it's bog water, but it tastes amazing because you're fucking baked out of your mind on every drug in the planet. This is ecstasy, essentially. There's a terror. There is a terror that starts to overtake you as you begin to dribble pre-cum while dying, which is an insane statement. I don't know if that's YouTube safe. There's a terror that begins to overtake you as you realize, with the presence of invaders in this land, the fundamental things that make you you begin to slip away. And you are realizing that, oh, holy fuck. This isn't just death. If I were to expire now, I would fundamentally be changed, and you can kind of start to feel that creeping sense of normalcy coming in. You begin to feel like this is a fucked up world and I don't like it. Your sense of comfortability in the unusual is being reversed, but you
So I'm
managed.
transforming from Marilyn Manson to Ed Sheeran.
Yes, and it is assuming
Hideous.
a bit here. This isn't a good thing for you. Death may be something to be avoided as of the current moment, with the enchantment pillars possibly being damaged, and you're barely able, with the shit going on in your mind, to pull yourself back from the edge of succumbing to this sense of being transformed into a normal, good aligned human. You have succeeded your first alignment saving throw. However, you are also at this point starting to slip out of consciousness. Little Bill, strength check getting out of this 10-foot tall pit, climbing up the side of it onto the bog, or what? You just gonna fucking keep going?
I am walk. I'm walking straight towards the tower.
Oh god, okay.
I've not learned my lesson.
He has not learned his lesson because he's incapable of fucking learning. You begin to
Yes.
trudge forward. I need, once again, you to remake that same ability check that you made for crossing the bog. However, you've got a little more experience this time. You have advantage.
Guided. I'm
Fuck
giving
it.
him little pretty flowers.
I will allow the guidance here. Noah, Dallas, go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw using a positive modifier here to hang on to consciousness. Your DC is a 12.
8.
Yeah, you're starting to slip away. Go ahead and make another alignment saving throw. You are being dragged further into this puddle and losing everything to do with your body.
Okay. 11.
11. As this is your second one, the DC has increased to a 12. Remember when I gave you, in lieu of DM's inspiration, 5 alignment points?
Mhm.
Would you like to spend one of them to pass this alignment saving throw?
Fuck yeah!
There is the voice in your head. Usually you hear from dead ancestors with your schizophrenia. This is the living voice of Letitia Addams in your head. Oh, poor baby, you do not get to rest yet. You still have people to disappoint musically. And Letitia Addams will be lending you a little bit of that Addams Family plot armor here. So you can reduce your 5 alignment points down, there you are, to 4. However, you have succeeded your second alignment saving throw. Thomas, what did you roll?
I rolled 18 plus 6 because I did athletics previously, plus 4 on the guidance.
With a 28, you know those big mining machines with the big cone on the front that are meant for tunneling through the ground? This isn't your first rodeo being a human path breaker. You were just a human sled before. This rope is now the weak point in keeping you two together as you discover that by flailing your arms and bashing your face forward, you are able to subterraneously traverse at a ridiculous speed, tunneling through the ground towards the pillar. You hit a rock, deflect, bounce right up into it, and getting some speed, you are airborne, bouncing off this rock with what's left of your face. And rope in tow. Congratulations, Dallas, you are out of the water. Little Bill, you are airborne, landing directly on top of what is left of a shattered enchantment pillar. Everyone that has made it here, please make a perception check, as finally we have passed the group skill check to walk through 50 feet of bog.
You said perception?
Yes. Also, Dallas, please take like fucking 5 points of damage because I forgot, but you need to take some damage for drowning. Like, just
Oh
take
yeah, that's fair. Oh, that's so fair.
perception checks, everyone, please.
May I go Super Saiyan?
For what reason and why and how?
I rolled a natural 20 plus 3 on the perception.
Little Bill has an epiphany moment as he is airborne. Yes. What did the rest of the group get here?
Natural 20 for a 29.
Oh my god. Whimsy, you cut out here. What did you land on?
9.
9. Okay, you are distracted by Little Bill becoming airborne with a Dallas unconscious in tow. Dallas, I'm gonna say that the fresh air at the speed that you have caught air with, you are allowed to make a normal, non-disadvantaged perception check despite being damn near dead. What'd you get?
3.
Fucking hell. You're seeing shapes and colors, man. The ancestors have gone noticeably silent for a moment. It's weird. There's like the sound of air rushing by your ears as you're falling face first with something, but you don't even know what it is. You're about 30 minutes into the drug trip at this point, by the way, so be aware that this wears off in roughly 30 minutes. However, with our 2 natural 20s, the DC being a fucking 15 and the extra information at an 18, I want you guys to know that you have the ability to fully pick my mind about this. This pillar's fucked up. Little Bill, you are an expert in doing damage to shit, and you recognize the signs of damage being done. Someone with a very crude hand has taken what is usually a pillar with 2 large glass fronts on it and pried open the petrified wood that these are made of, shattering this open wide as if making hinges themselves. They have pulled this pillar apart. There's a lot of damage done. Simon, you notice the natural spirits in this area have been disturbed by this destruction, and that is related to the lack of this enchantment pillar working and the fog dispersing. However, with your passive perception of a 24, the pinkness glowing from this pillar, you can see a couple of stragglers like bees leaving bees leaving a beehive that has been fogged out. There's a couple of pink glowing fairies that look kind of unconscious and drugged, still lingering, but the rest of them are kind of floating and glittering out into the air as if waking up from a decades-long sleep. Make a intelligence check. Given your natural 20, I'm setting the DC at a 13, to tell the relationship between these natural spirits, which you are fairly good at identifying, and the enchantment on this pillar and the fog, to synthesize all this information together. Whimsy, fuck me, those skeletons, man. They are jabbering in your ear. You don't notice the pink creatures floating through the air. At Dallas, it's a lost cause, my guy. You don't know.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't even know where
Oh,
you
no.
are.
Seeing pink things floating in the air is like a normal Tuesday.
That's a fucking normal day. Simon, what'd you
I have
get?
an idea to sober up Dallas after this.
And I have a +2, so an 18 total.
With this intelligence roll, you realize someone has taken a large, flat object, jammed it into the petrified wood of this pillar, pried the two glass pieces open that are serving as cages for these little creatures. The sedation effect on these creatures is wearing off, and these little fairies are drifting and they're starting to come back to life. The pink light is unnatural. These are the normal fairies that keep this land healthy, and this enchantment actually takes their power and inverts it, it corrupts it to create that effect of the never-ending bog and serve as one of the three pillars that actually keeps this place cursed. Essentially, what you need to do to repair this is to put these fairies, capture them, and put them back into the pillar. Then you also realize at this same moment, the creature that you were hearing crying this entire time is the pillar itself. Though it is an old, long-dead, petrified tree, this is an evil tree with a spirit, and it is begging for your help to put these fairy spirit creatures back in and restore the enchantment. What would you
I'm
like
going
to
to instantly grab Whimsy, pick her up, start collecting the pink things, and I'm just gonna chuck her that way.
Can she, can she use her invisible mage hand to help her collect something that can lift up to a pound? No, 5 pounds. 5 pounds.
do? Yeah, I'm definitely going to allow that as you two begin working together to pick up these sedated fairies. It's not very hard. Go ahead and just straight out. You cut out fully there.
Sorry, after I toss her, I'm going to walk over to. God damn it! I'm gonna walk over to Dallas. I'm going to place my hand over his eye, and then just this kind of green sleeping mask comes on. I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna let that happen. However, Little Bill may have beaten you to this as you were observing. Little Bill, what was your idea to save Dallas from drunkenness?
Have I noticed the rope?
With your strength check, I barely feel like you felt the weight. However, Dallas has been like bumping into you and it's starting to piss you off. So I'll allow you to make a perception check to see that's why he's been bumping into you and like slingshot rubber banding into you.
12.
Yeah, this rope is not part of your usual outfit. I believe you have a concept of what a rope is.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it, and I'm gonna take Dallas at the end of this rope, and I'd like to spin it in the air like a
Oh,
lasso,
jeez
as
Louise.
fast as I possibly can. Get us some fresh
Dallas,
air.
Spirit Airlines calling. We are going
Where's the
to...
quotes channel?
I do have a quotes channel made. It has nothing in it. Oh my god, we need to go on a break within like the next 3 minutes. So we are going to very quickly resolve what the fuck you are doing to Dallas. And then when we come back, we will come back to dealing with this damaged pillar. I do need some sort of strength check for yeeting Dallas. What the fuck is your thought process as to how this helps Dallas sober up? Because I'm lost. I am lost.
Rope annoying. Rope annoying.
I love it. It's like Simon
Rope
comes over
annoying.
to just go cast Lesser Restoration, and then all of a sudden,
Are you trying to get him to puke the substance out? Is that the goal? Because that's the only logistic way that I can help
of
you.
The rope, the inadvertent effect of rope being annoying can potentially help him. I don't care about him. The
Oh,
rope-
he doesn't give a shit about Dallas. He just wants
No.
to. Okay.
Yeah,
I
rope's
will.
annoying.
I will allow you to make a strength check, and if you roll above a 15, you can get him going fast enough that the centrifugal force will make Dallas throw up if Dallas also fails a Constitution check of 12. We are,
Roll like
we-
fucking fire tonight.
we are depending on Little Bill to roll over. I think I said a 15 or a 16. Let's go 15.
I rolled a 12 plus 4. 16.
With a 16, You damn near start lifting off the ground, helicoptering this motherfucker around.
I rolled a dirty 20 on the Constitution saving
Dang
throw.
it!
You're gonna stay sober, or you're gonna stay drugged up, which makes this an experience that isn't the worst thing to ever happen to you. However, the secondary effect of this is that as you are flying around, you begin to start to create wind currents, as well as you start to have an effect on the sedated fairies here, as they recognize a kindred soul who has been drugged. You start collecting fairies in this lasso you are making and inadvertently helping the fucking team put the pillar back together. For Whimsy and Simon, please just roll a flat d20 with either your intelligence, wisdom, or dexterity modifiers.
Use my wisdom.
Dexterity, bitches.
19.
11.
19, 11, there is 30. Dallas, I'm gonna let you make a roll here because you are the spirit in torture here. Roll a d20 and put your charisma modifier on it.
Okay.
We are at a 30 at the group so far. You need
11.
35. Congratulations, you guys managed to collect 41 fucking fairies. With these creatures kind of corralled in a large ball as they start kind of clinging to each other in their sedated sleepiness. These are lawful good ones.
Wait,
What ideas do you guys have as to how to put this pillar back together? Tell me the role you guys are using to repair the pillar, and I will allow you to put the fairies in and find a way to fix this. What are you guys doing?
I have an idea.
Oh fuck, he has another idea.
So,
Does it involve me being
Little
spun?
Bill. No, don't worry, everything's fine. So, Little Bill's currently collecting things for dinner, and there are now a couple fairies in his hand. I would like to crush them and put them in the pocket with the bird. I'm aiming for like 2.
You have a few excess fairies, which is good, because you managed to take a sizable scoop out of the pile, take 4 or 5 fairies. They're fairly immaterial, but after a couple attempts to smash them, you realize that if you clap hard enough, you can actually just dissipate them into this weird, goopy sauce that begins to immediately form a marination mixture in your bag with a dead fucking bird.
Perfect.
You are no help to the pillar fixing at all. The other 3 of you, Dallas, you will kind of spiral down to the ground. Your head is spinning more than usual. The drugs are starting to kind of come. You've passed the climax here, quite literally. Unfortunately, you nearly died. You're starting to get to the point where you have an idea of getting your body to do what you want. You can make an attempt here. Simon and Whimsy, what are you guys doing with your sense of cooperation to help get the pillar together? Unless you guys don't want to fix the pillar.
So, if people are starting to like put the pieces back on top of it or try to like put some walls, Simon's actually just going to walk up, and if you let me, I want to cast Entangle so it all just holds it all together.
I ain't even gonna make you roll for it because I fucking like it.
So like just the vines and stuff are just gonna fall out of the bar
Yeah.
and the roof
Just
curl.
kidding.
It's brilliant. It helps me feel like we're getting back
just
on
kidding.
pace.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm just gonna say that between Whimsy working, if you are working to put the fairies back in, and this entangle spell, I'm going to make one last group skill check here with a DC of 15, with the hope that with all of your efforts combined, DC of 14, with the hope that all of your efforts combined, you can restore this enchantment by putting these fairies back in. Little Bill,
Maximum total.
Little Bill, you don't get the help. You're
Perfect.
you're focused on your marinade. Dallas, my boy, what are you doing to are you gonna chip in to helping the team here?
Yes, I will repeatedly doot like the skeletons do on my saxophone as I cast Minor Illusion to create small things to attempt to corral and scare the fairies back into the box.
I respect it. Roll either an intimidation or persuasion check with this here. Davis, Entangle, I'm gonna give you a free success here because I believe that is one of the major essences of putting this back
As we're
here.
going in, the vines are also just grabbing them and pulling them against the wall.
I respect that. Whimsy, what is your method here? Make it make sense of how you're helping put this pillar back together.
She's gonna use Find Familiar and summon like a little spider creature, but spiders are tiny,
Oh yeah.
so it'll take a long time to use its thread to go around the pillar.
I
But she's
will
still
I will allow you to leave this familiar here with the command to enweb the area if you
Yes.
manage to make an animal handling, persuasion, intimidation, or deception check in some way, or like a general spell casting check in some way above a 14 DC that makes this spider think it needs to stay here and web up this area. What
We're
did you
gonna do
roll, Dallas?
intimidation.
25.
Fucking 2 successes, baby. We're waiting on to the third one. Dallas comes in clutch. We have an
You gotta look at
Persuasion.
Tiny Little Bill's effort.
the effort is beautiful. It wasn't fucking helpful. It was beautiful.
Well, I'd like to think that he turns around and is slowly sinking into the bog. And as he does this, he's sucking fairy goop off his finger.
Not helpful in any way, but you can do that.
Ask Earth trying to make him sink faster.
Or fine to just drown his ass. Whimsy, what'd you get?
She got an 8 for intimidation. She was gonna yell at the spider, Bartholomew, you better wrap this thing up fast, or I'm gonna friggin' give it to you later, man.
This is a jumping spider, and it yeets itself into the pool. Yeets itself into one of the bogs. Congratulations, you drowned your familiar immediately. It kind of hits the surface and has to like force itself to break the surface tension and swims itself down to where it can cast a web around like a fucking dead body under here and kill itself because that was insane.
I go and pick up its dead body and start stitching its leg back on.
Whimsy, casting this familiar spell and attempting to direct it in your scary way here. I don't believe this is really going to working, but it also doesn't take up a lot of time. I'm going to allow you another chance here. If you would like
Oh,
to use a
no.
different method, if you can come up with one to try to fix this pillar. This is
Crap,
the
crap,
last
crap,
bit
crap,
of last bit of pillar management here, and then we
Crap,
will go
crap.
ahead and jump into break.
Oh no, why is this on me?
Don't worry, I got it. I suck more goop off my finger.
Can I bestow guidance at 60 feet away?
Fuck it, yeah. Throw a guidance on this. The Doots. You said they were like the skeleton Doots, right?
Yeah.
She's about skeleton schizophrenia. I can see a reason.
That one is coming as soon as someone bonks something, I promise.
What you rolling? You got any ideas here?
No ideas. One minute. Shh. I got a stupid question. I feel like it's a very stupid question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. You know if you break it and sometimes it actually works better?
I've seen that work. I unfortunately have literally seen that work in my day-to-day life. As DM, I'll entertain whatever idea comes out of this.
Just thinking about it's a really bad idea. I don't think we're gonna do it because I feel like it's a really bad idea. She was thinking about throwing that bomb, but I feel like we need that for later.
Would
She'll take the
Whimsy
car.
would Whimsy have the idea that that bomb contains enough magical energy to kickstart an enchantment? Would you have that idea?
Maybe.
I feel like I've been railroading so hard. I feel like I've been railroading so hard, and this crosses a line in railroading if I suggest this idea to you. So, if you would like to, we can put that down to a flat dice roll if you might have that idea. Because I could put it into your head as like a schizophrenic idea, but I don't want to push too far.
we'll roll for it.
You roll above a 10 on the d20. Whimsy has a epiphany. You do not roll high enough, and you guys will find out if 2 successes is high enough to restart the enchantment on this pillar, and we will go to break.
12.
You have the idea that it's quite possible if you put this bomb in the right place at the bottom of this tree, it might contain enough magical energy to not only stun the fairies, but kickstart the enchantment. Make you get to make another DC 15 check of a dexterity, wisdom, or intelligence to see if this can kickstart it.
22.
There is your third success as Whimsy. Describe for me how you eat this bomb at the pillar.
She pictures Letitia Adam in her mind, and she wants to do her proud. This is for you, horniness!
AIDS!
As this bomb goes soaring through the air, it has a 50% chance to explode. I am going to roll a d4. If it is an even number, it explodes. If it is an odd number, this is a dud. And you may have to try to manually activate it. And I hate that I did this. The guidance on a d4 is insane.
The guy just doesn't work.
It doesn't matter, because it's an even or odd number. And it may make a success worse, regardless. Hands up. I don't know if you guys will be able to properly see this, but I'm going to pick it up in the same orientation here. It is this point upwards. That is a 4.
Hey!
As Whimsy, this bomb explodes at the base of this pillar in just such a way that its shitty architectural design managed to fragment in just the perfect way to supercharge this enchantment. And you see the pillar begin to heal. Simon, you feel a sigh of relief from the creature inside this tree, and it gives you the most heartfelt thank you inside your head. You get the sense that this wasn't actually a hallucination.
Nailed it!
Oh my god, the voices was real! It was amazing! The voice was real!
And ladies and gentlemen, we are a little bit late on it, but I am going to go ahead and have us take our break here. And I am so sorry for the amount of railroading I feel like I have done.
You're fine. You're doing fantastic.
We will
Okay, because I'm
regroup
trying
here.
to derail.
That is what I am actively fighting. Is at least 2.5 players trying to derail me.
What do you mean?
You tried to kill yourself.
I warned you well in advance. I told you.
Oh, I knew. That's the part of the sole reason I built the alignment saving throw system. Because I
I want you to
needed.
know, if you become a good or normal, I'm cutting you in half and putting you in a stew.
I fully expect Dallas to become a normie by the end of this, and if he does, I'm turning him into a country
Dude.
singer.
I'll be back. I'm gonna use this.
If-
I'm gonna change his name to Dallas Blake Morgan or some shit, and he's gonna be like
At
the
this
most
point,
Oh, God.
plain country musician out there.
Ladies
at
and
this point,
gentlemen.
if Little Bill becomes normal, he's just falling apart.
Yeah, no, you're dead.
You
Yeah.
just fucking died.
There's no existence.
No.
Like, he just ceases to exist.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna grab a quick bite of food and some. We will meet you all back here in roughly 10 minutes, so 8:23 Mountain Standard Time. Catch you all in just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to go ahead and
Slim
say
Jim.
that we are ready to get our break done here. As we come back and you guys have managed to use a combination of spells, intimidation, sheer dumb fucking luck, and grenades to restore a finely crafted artificial enchantment on a petrified living tree. And immediately, as this grenade goes off, you can hear kind of this deep sighing sound go out through you that seems to emanate from the tree, and immediately the fairies inside the glass little capsules that you've been able to fold back and hold back into place kind of sigh back into their sedation. Their pink glow lessens and turns kind of brown and then black, and the dark brown fog begins to leave from the tops of the pillar. And you have restored the damaged enchantment here. This begins to put a little bit more of a sense of peace in you guys in general, as you were beginning to start to see the clouds in normally, and maybe there was even a little bit of sun behind them. That's not right. We like it nice and dark and cozy in our fucking valley. Let's keep the fog nice and heavy. It is at this point you realize you have technically succeeded with what Horace Addams tasked you all to do. Fucking Little Bill, you don't realize this shit at all. You have no concept of what was even asked of you given your 3 intelligence. Those of you who are a little bit more sentient realize
Pretty flower.
the only other thing you guys really know is that there's a gala going on, an enchantment ball where all of the members of the town are going to be leaving, heading up to the Addams Family Manor and lending their strength to reinforcing the enchantments on these pillars that you guys have just fixed. Actually, go ahead and make me an intelligence roll, Simon, Dallas, and Whimsy.
I was so waiting for you to say Little Bill, and I was like, really?
No. Little Bill, fuck that fairy goo, man. It tastes like something.
Dirty 20.
11.
Alright, anybody who got over a 15 may come to the realization that some time has passed. The town is probably going to start being empty here. People are probably on their way back up to the AddHams Manor. The town's probably free for the taking if you wanted to do any fuckery there. I saw Little Bill's hands first.
I roll an intelligence check to be concluded.
To be included. You know what? I feel bad. Go for it. You're looking for a 9, which is gonna be impressive for you. Wait, your
I got an
bonus-
11. I got an 11.
Wow.
-4.
I was gonna say that I think your negative modifier is insane, so I was gonna go baseline 10 was the roll you needed to hit. No, I'm just gonna go ahead and let you.
Or am I gonna-
You're making that same DC 15 intelligence check the rest of the party just made, so you need a 19 or a
Okay.
20.
I rolled,
Hmm.
and I got an 11 on the dice -4 for a 7.
I mean, you think it's been some time? Fuck, you want to get back to the house and fucking make dinner. You got a bitchin' dinner set up, don't you?
Dinner.
Dallas.
Dinner.
Dallas, at this point, you realize the people going up to the town, some of them know about your rocky history with the Addams family and being literally removed from the family and coming back 6 times.
6 times. This would be actually time number 7 that I've returned. I've been
Yeah.
removed 6 times.
Yeah, cousin 6 times removed is literal here. Maybe if you felt up to it, as these drugs begin to wear off and you've had an inspirational experience by nearly fucking dying, maybe your chance is to go to this gala, this enchantment ball, and perhaps put on a performance. It's a stray thought that comes to you. You're not certain if you want to dig in onto it. Whimsy, you're thinking about it, and there's maybe 2 paths here that you could go. You could go to the town and maybe bring back some additional dinner items or round up some people to save Letitia the pain or something like that for the gala. Or you could return home and tell her that you were successful and maybe impress her. You've got options as to where you might want to go. Simon, you realize the town is empty, and if you felt the need to steal something, you could. But there's also you could just go back home a successful son and might feel at home among some of the monstrous races at the ball. Little Bill, dinner. 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 What are you guys doing? Where do you guys like to head? Would you like to head towards Darkshire or begin the trek home?
Before we head home, can Simon look around the tree
Mhm.
and just the area? And can I see who hurt my animal homies? Can I see if I can see any like? I'm looking for clues. I'm Scooby Dooing right now.
Okay.
I
So
need to.
you had that natural 20 in which you saw the footsteps. You were able to put together the pieces of the large object put into the tree to pry open the petrified bark there. Go ahead and make another either general intelligence check or investigation or perception, however you feel most comfortable doing it, to synthesize a little bit of the information, trying to put together a picture of
So hard. My
whoever did this.
+2 to investigation or my +9 to perception.
Yeah, you're looking for clues, I'm guessing. Go on here.
You want me to help?
Guidance.
I'll take away -4 from your roll.
I'm casting guidance on myself.
You can certainly try.
Rolled a 3 plus 9,
12.
which is a 12, +4 from guidance.
With a 16, you notice that the parts where the wedged thing was that pried open leaves a residue of two materials. It's like scrape marks on a car that a forensic scientist might use to discover the color of paint on something. There is a very obvious gold coloration as a piece of gold paint of some kind has been scratched off on the tree, as well as there is this really bright, vibrant mahogany wood chip that is stuck a little further down that has been torn out of, or sorry, not mahogany. It's a very bright birch wood. Not something native to the area, and kind of, it's way too bright and clean. The gold paint's too clean. This has to be an outside force from outside of the valley or something good. Hideous. Also, with the footsteps in the area, there are some that sink damn near deeper than Little Bill tends to sink into this boggy ground here. There are some footsteps that are incredibly light and actually have four little toe beams. They're cat-like. There are two sets of footsteps that would seem to nearly blend into each other, but you're just keen enough with your passive investigation of a 17 to realize that, yeah, these are two different people, roughly the same size, wearing very slightly different size of boots, and the edges cut around them and the point on the front of them denotes that they are wearing heavy armor. About way through synthesizing all this information, you realize heavy armored, bright golden people from outside the town. Do you convey any of this information to the rest of the group?
First, I'm going to take a look around. Is anyone watching?
I'll extend that same perception check. You don't get the sense that there's anyone observing this at all. Town's members are either in town or on their way up to the Addams Manor. You doubt that the people that did this are still here. Tree senses you.
I'm kind of like bending down, looking over all of these things. Shut up! I'm thinking. Why are you all screaming?
Nothing has been said.
Do you not realize there's two freaking people running around in heavy armor of gold?
Oh, sorry, I may have misdescribed that. Cat creature, huge creature similar to Little Bill. Two additional people in heavy armor. Four people.
Just kidding. There's a pussy as well as 3 other people. And one might be fatter than you, Bill.
Oh, God.
Bill, I'm pretty sure someone's here trying to think that they're a better chef than you.
Is there a tree nearby?
What was that?
Is there a tree nearby rip out of the ground?
The enchanted fucking petrified pillar. that you
Before he
just
I will
gets a
attempt.
chance to do that, I'd like to offer him an
I
egg.
will attempt.
Before I'd like to offer you an egg before you take the opportunity to rip the tree. Yes, you.
Me? Let's see. Let's see.
Would you take the egg instead?
Ooh.
It is a food
Ooh.
item.
Ooh. Ooh. A
You know,
very,
they said
very
that if you
gently
hand an egg to a
put it in the
baby,
pocket.
they know
As
to
soon
take
as
care
it's
of
in your
their family.
pocket, it disappears because it's a minor illusion.
You're such a bastard. I love it. He was
I
even
don't notice
gentle
when it
for the
disappears.
first time.
Do you notice it disappear from your pocket, or?
Nope. Nope. I got a 0.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It went in the same pocket with the goop and the bird, so like I don't even know what's in there anymore.
ladies and gentlemen, does anyone begin to lead us anywhere?
Town! I want to go to town!
Whimsy starts to fuck off towards town.
I wild shape into a giant hamster.
There's a
How
Would
tall is
hallucinatory.
giant?
would any of you like to ride me?
Can I, as a
Giant
changeling, can I, as a changeling, shed my skin and become very, very similar to Whimsy, so that way we can both ride the giant hamster?
As a giant hamster appears and sinks a couple inches into the bog here, Whimsy first takes off, realizes as this happens behind her, and realizes they have an opportunity to ride a giant fucking hamster. And Dallas, kind of like that point when gold hits its melting point and kind of dissolves and becomes fluid, kind of liquefies into kind of a smaller version of himself that's more similar to Whimsy's size. Little Bill has just taken an illusionary egg, and among all of this, just so I can fucking say it, schizophrenia kicks in here. Simon, you hear another animalistic voice. It's a bear. You just know it's a bear. It's miles away, but it senses you, and it screams G-force in your head.
I squeak, and then I just fucking start going. And by the way, when I start going, you know, there's those spikes behind my back. You guys are probably having to hold on to those as I'm just.
As a
I'm just going.
giant hamster is a much wider creature, and you have already traversed this as a druid. It's fairly easy for you three to get carried through the fucking bog. Little Bill, how you getting through the bog this time, my guy? You doing the 2-time champion and tunneling again?
Make a hamster look good to cook. I chase.
I just lead him out of the bog.
Oh, fully leading our giant Goliath barbarian. We go on a wild hamster chase, and it is very easily between coming out of a drug coma, being incredibly excited to go to town, which isn't your usual thing, being a hamster that is happy to run free in their natural element of a fucking cursed bog, totally your natural element, and literally chasing a fucking hamster. It is very quick as Noah gets mauled by a puppy.
By the
We love Percy though.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize at all. It's very quick for you guys to get to the town of Darkshire. If there were any members of the town of Darkshire that were still asleep, and not prepared for the annual enchantment ball, they would have been awoken by the thunderous of a giant fucking hamster sprinting from a bog with slightly wet, damp, soggy feet onto really nice stonework, pa, 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 and then the lumbering, thunking, fucking cobblestone shattering footsteps of Little Bill charging at a horrifying pace behind this creature. I don't need to describe the scenery of Darkshire because you guys are moving at such a fucking blur that it's insane. all you see are these very dark red lights that don't hurt your eyes of a magical nature flying past you. This is a town that's shaped roughly like a Y. In the center, here, sorry, let me put that finger away, roughly like a Y, towards the Addams Manor, towards the sea, and towards the bog. So, anyway, in this town square where you guys are just racing through, with your passive perceptions, we are going to say that little Bill, shockingly, Dallas, and Simon, you all hear a wailing voice in the distance. This is a screaming, crying voice. Not horribly unfamiliar, comforting almost. As you guys begin to race towards town and the Doppler effect is in full force here, this is coming more and more and more high pitched as you guys come close. You guys are racing towards the town square, and you realize with horrifying accuracy, you are rushing directly towards a small 1.5 foot tall creature of some furry nature. Simon, what you doing? You running
Okay.
right through? You get into a stop? What's up?
So we see it. Are there like any carts or wagons or anything in the way?
There's a couple that have been set down for like the end of the day's work, as this is kind of a holiday
I'm
festival
going to
day.
get in one with the two people behind me, like on top of me, and I'm going to do that thing that hamsters do, and I'm just gonna roll up into a.
There is a quick diversion. You dodge this creature that is mopingly sitting in the middle of the town square without even fucking look at it. Dive off to the side. And you're a big creature. You hit it with some force. You hit this wagon in the back and roll up onto it and start to push the wagon with your force. And it kind of careens, breaks one axle, and turns back towards the center of the town square. And you begin making a death spiral with this wagon around this small creature that is wailing incomprehensibly. Little Bill, you see this giant hamster that you were chasing do some incredible acrobatics with Whimsy and Dallas in tow and hit a wagon and start fucking doing circles. What you doing? You rushing for it or trying to stop the wagon? What you up to?
Like, get in front of the wagon and stop it
With your face?
with my body.
With your face.
Yes. Yes.
How much does a hamster of a giant size weigh, do you think?
I'm a
How big-
large creature.
Yep, which should put you above 400 pounds, right?
Woo!
This is the
Roughly.
hamster the size of like a hippo.
This is a fucking huge hamster. We may have understated it earlier, but I want you to know that this is the draft horse of large hamsters.
I'd say, you know what? I'm 394 pounds because I'm healthy.
All right, Little Bill, your carrying capacity is absurd, is it not?
Yes. I
Looking
think it's
at
double because I'm
your
considered larger.
looking at your push, drag, and lift is 1,020 pounds, given one of your feats that you have taken. I am going to give a strength roll here to stop the hamster wagon roughly before it crushes this small creature. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Dude, I'm on one today. 18 plus 4, 22.
Oh yeah. Describe for me how you use your face to stop and or shatter this wagon in its path.
So he sees wagon going in circle. He jumps in front of it and slams both of his hands into the bars, like the side,
Mm-hmm.
and just slams his face into it to stop it, and then digs his feet into the stone.
You know those press toys where they have all the little dowels and you can push your hand into them and it'll push out an imprint of your hand on the other side? It's really similar. How he posts up, waits for it to come to him, and as soon as his hands can receive it, he doesn't let it come to him. He actually pulls it to him with further force and slams his fucking face into it and embeds a perfect imprint of him into the fucking wood. This is a jarring force that throws Whimsy and Dallas off of the thing.
I'm
Did we
so
take damage?
sorry, but that's what she said.
got.
You know, he
Oh.
received it in his hands as soon as he could, and it was coming with a lot of force.
Oh my god, I'm not okay. At least it's not. At least it's not nuts and studs. But you know. Anyway. At this point, the small creature kind of flops out of the way to the side, and you hear, "Ah, the horror!" And I would like a whiplashed little Bill, a whiplashed giant hamster Simon, Dallas, and Whimsy, who have fallen off and are in varying degrees of soberness. You all end up kind of stunned and grouped up around this creature, who just will not shut up wailing, "Oh, the horror! I had never expected that all of my prophecies would come true. I didn't expect this." As
Is it a
you
rat?
see, a roughly 1'9" tall humanoid rat creature covered in blood and a smock, whining. The people
I eat
who
it.
have been here.
I'm also
The
this
people
is
who
now
have
food.
been here for more than a couple weeks, please make a DC 11 history check.
An 11 straight.
8.
14 minus 4, baby!
I could not have put it anywhere else. Fuck, okay. Simon, in your giant hamster form, you feel a kinship to a creature, but also, fuck, it looks good. And then you have that secondary kick of your human brain behind it, digging its way out from behind rat instinct as a hamster. And you realize that this is the town crier, Doomsday. In their previous life, they were actually a stowaway on a ship named Skunja.
I eat him.
Please roll an attack roll as a giant hamster.
Can I give guidance at 60 feet?
You are stunned at
fight
a
over who to
distance
take on
and
first?
are
No.
quite easily able to make a guidance addition to this magically.
You're also funny.
Rosa, it's gone, Simmer.
I'm playing your Shooting Stars theme on the saxophone in the background, by the way.
I hope whatever he was supposed to tell us was written on a piece of paper. Away from him, not on his person.
Hey,
Fuck
That's
my
what I
story.
need.
I didn't say I swallow. I just said I eat him.
With a natural 20, Doomsday is sitting there and doing his melodramatic pose. The valley is doomed! Very quickly. In your mouth in a blink of an eye, and there's just a sound as a town crier has fully been eaten.
Can I cast command?
Yep.
I'd like to command Simon to swallow.
I need
You'll
that.
probably succeed the wisdom
I
check, but
need that in quotes, unfortunately.
I want it.
Definitely.
I hate that I need that in quotes, but I need it in Little Bill, I would like you to know that this does feel a little bit like an injustice, because not only did he take a creature that you were possibly considering cooking, he took a townsmember,
Yes.
as well as, how dare he feed himself when you are a fantastic cook? God fucking damn it.
Can I try to combat the
Can I
swallow
come?
by giving him a Heimlich from behind?
Hold on. Did you
Would I know Heimlich?
succeed? Let's quickly resolve the swallowing here. Did you succeed on the command saving throw?
I rolled a 12 plus 7. It's a 19.
oh yeah, you
You
succeeded.
you can choose to succeed. You can choose not to.
This is why I mute myself.
Now you know how he felt when we shoved the goblin in the bag.
I unfortunately received my fucking revenge.
Can I attempt to combat this?
Yeah, I don't know if you know the Heimlich, but I get the feeling that you're familiar with people throwing up around your food, so
So I want to perform the Heimlich, and by the Heimlich I mean hit him with the frying pan.
this one time and this time only because we are in an evil world, I will allow you to make an attack roll, aiming specifically for the hamster stomach, I would assume.
Sure.
Sure.
As a giant hamster, what is your AC?
So it's normally an 11, but because I am a circle, it is a 13 because I get a plus.
Would you like to know what I rolled?
Of course.
Natural one.
I rolled a 19 plus 6.
I'm afraid you're not smart enough to pull the punch enough to keep this from doing damage. I would like a constitution saving throw from Simon as a hamster to keep this creature swallowed as you get your stomach fucking bludgeoned.
He said no.
This motherfucker. This motherfucker. The dice is weighted. I promise it's weighted. It has to be weighted. Now there are very few times where physics are broken this fucking hard, but with the force of a 25 hitting your stomach with a fucking cursed frying pan that is as almost as large as fucking like the back half of you, the recently swallowedness of this rat, I believe that Doomsday, the town crier, exits your mouth at damn near terminal velocity and is unceremoniously thrown up so hard that they splatter against one of the fucking light posts and are instantly killed.
Can I scrape the body onto the frying pan?
Oh my god, Whimsy and Dallas just watched as a giant hamster ate a rat and a 7'8" man just beat the shit out of the hamster, not to save the rat, but to scrape it off a light post.
Mind you, it's still covered in all the saliva from the hamster's mouth.
Dallas
Can I
and
cast minor illusion to put the rat back in his place?
as you realize you may have fully killed a citizen of fucking Darkshire.
All I did was cry.
That is what the
It
town
was
crier
giant.
does. Yes.
After you
I've
hit
done the town a service.
after he hits the hamster's ears just droop because now he's sad.
Dude, he's going in the pocket.
Okay, so you have a partially stitched together dead bird. You have fairy goop,
Yep.
and you have
Yep.
what remains.
Rat goop.
You have
Rat goop.
red mist from a rat.
Yes.
And an illusionary egg.
That's I was gone.
Ladies
Now
and
this I
gentlemen,
think there's an egg.
you realize very quickly at this point, as you kind of look around, especially Simon with your ridiculous passive perception, not only did that hurt, but it is starting to get to that extra special kind of darkness that tells you it's getting towards nighttime. Simon, you realize that the ball is roughly supposed to be starting in about 30 minutes, and you guys may have longer of a trip than that to properly make it back uphill. If you felt inclined, you could begin on your way, or you could rob the fucking town blind.
I eat Mimsy and start burrowing. Oh wait. Are you also still small, Dallas?
Yeah.
We've lost it.
I
We've
put
lost
both
it,
of you
Joey.
in my mouth.
Okay.
I don't like how I said that sentence with the quotes channel looking right at me.
Oh God, Dallas at this point, and Whimsy at this point, you hear in your own schizophrenia, Dallas, you hear one of your ancestors that you haven't heard in a long time, and their voice goes, "Your death is finally coming!" And you are unceremoniously swallowed.
Hey!
I'm
Whimsy.
gonna start burrowing towards the manor.
Whimsy, at the same point, you hear a disappointed sound of a Letitia Addams sigh coming from your collarbones as the tattoos on your collarbones of the skeletons kind of form a little bit of a vocal cord in your brain here. You are also unceremoniously swallowed, and there is a tunnel the size of a giant hamster beginning to be burrowed back up towards the Addams family manor and the enchantment ball. Noah, what you got?
Can I cast prestidigitation on Whimsy's feet? I'd like to make them very spicy.
This hamster now has two small party members in its mouth, and there is a ridiculous amount of capsaicin. Little Bill, you watch as this hamster swallows two family members, and you think, if I may, that they may be trying to skip your dinner again. And they are burrowing their way at a frankly ridiculous speed for a large hamster through cobblestone, under fucking street, and through rock towards the AddHams family manor, leaving a tunnel big enough for you to pursue them.
You have to crawl, motherfucker.
No, can I make a stretch here?
Yes, you can stretch any muscles that are tired. What you trying to do, my boy?
I would like to activate the elk totem.
Please remind me, as your character sheet currently says bear totem, please remind me what the elk totem is going to do for you.
So I mean, it's well raging,
Okay, so you're burning a rage charge for this. I fuck with it.
but it makes you be able to move 15 feet. Was it 15 extra feet? Makes you swift, right?
How long
Yeah,
does
15
rage
extra feet
last?
per
Yeah.
turn.
10 minutes.
A minute.
6
It's
seconds.
only
6 seconds, as we're not in combat.
6 seconds.
punching himself.
You know what? I'm actually gonna fully allow that, with the idea that to maintain rage, I need you to make a general constitution check for the sake of maintaining your rage the entirety of the run home, trying to beat them back to the
Okay.
Addams family manor.
A couple things. I'm okay with that. He's
Okay.
mad that they're trying to skip the dinner.
Yep.
The other thing, what we discussed, he has to do a dance to switch totems, which I'd like to perform.
Let's see it.
Beside the candlelight, the red candlelight of a murdered town crier with a giant hole in the ground, the wreckage of a fucking wagon that is not yours in an abandoned town square. Please perform for me a full fuck-ass interpretive fucking dance.
If he rolls a nat 1, I want him to fall through the tunnel.
I don't think he's rolling.
I believe
I think he's actually doing
this is
it.
Thomas the
I
Player.
love it. I love it.
This is not what we discussed.
He deserves inspiration for
This
this. I'm
is
just saying it now.
I am
Switch
actually
the elk.
fully, once
Fully
again,
committed.
going to award a couple of alignment points here. Dallas, you are going to get 2 purely for the amount of ways that you have used minor illusion to fuck with people and make other people's sense of reality just as fucked as yours. So you are up to 6 now. Simon,
Thank you.
I believe that for your hamster shenanigans and for completing my plot points, you are up to 8. Little Bill, this specifically and this alone puts you at, I'm going to say 9. And then Whimsy, for being the willing servant of Letitia in this, and being so willing to ride along for this, I am also going to put you at 7.
Hey,
Sick.
hey, don't knock her out. She tied up Dallas.
Is this the dance?
No
Are,
luck.
are we?
Are we ready?
I believe we
ready.
are ready.
I've been
ready.
Okay.
We gotta get ready if you stay
So little
ready.
Bill is going to get on all fours, and he's going to clop around like a horse and make horse noises.
Uh huh.
Yes.
Going to crab walk and sway from each side. And then I'd like to think he gets on all fours again to start running in their direction, except he's face first. And he's bicycling again, uphill, with the extra speed.
I can't rob you of this at all.
And he is making horse noises, because he doesn't know what an elk is.
Is he even making horse noises, or is it just?
Of what he thinks a horse is.
I can't breathe right. Oh,
Your microphone, when you were making the noises, just picked up air and then silence.
That's what the noise was. I pretty much blew air through my lips. He doesn't know what a horse does, but he doesn't know what an elk is.
So he's
seen a horse.
quaking up the fucking mountain.
Yes, at both ends.
oh, I
He's
cannot
just queefing.
describe. I cannot describe the amount of physical pain my body is in right now. As Thomas rolls a natural 20 as a fucking player, you just don't need to roll for this, as that was the greatest thing I've ever seen you do. I would like
It's hard
you.
to show the whole dance because
I would like you to know that this is perhaps the most inspired you have ever felt by anything in your life. And with a streamlined, sleek form with your skull in the ground, you basically turn yourself into a human plow and channel a fucking tunnel all the way back up to the Addams Family Manor. You are going so fast that you do, in fact, beat our tunneling hamster friends, and you go right up the fucking stairs. You hit the stonework, deflect a little bit, right through the double doors, right up the central fucking staircase, and you come flying off of the top of the balcony of the upper floor of the AddHams ballroom, which is just behind the center stairs. You are an airborne shitty horse missile. And you come flying into this scene in the upper Addams Family Manor, where the ball is already fully in swing and there are monstrous races of all kind. You are late for dinner service. And that pisses you off. However, you don't have a lot of face left. And as our hamster friend, you're going to be about 5 minutes behind this. Little Bill, your entrance is spectacular. This is the greatest scene to have happened. But you realize you've entered at a little bit of a bad time as the enchantment ritual has begun and a number of monstrous races are holding hands or biting each other or various ways of doing just weird fucking semi-orgy shit. But they're sharing their energy together, and you slam down into the center of this, roughly 5 feet in front of Letitia and Horace AddHams.
I would like to stand up.
Right, there you are. We went ahead and had Skin Shank to the service. What in God's name or devil's name happened to you?
He's gonna stand up. No eyelids, no cheeks, no lips, and there's pieces of skin hanging off of his face. He's attempting to smile, but no matter what, all you see is teeth. and he will start shimmying towards the kitchen.
Wait. First thing, I'm so fucking proud of you, my boy. And Letitia Addams comes up beside him as Horace places a hand all the way up here, because you are much taller than him, on your shoulder and kind of holds you in place a little bit. And Letitia Addams comes up. Oh, the dinner service is definitely done. However, we have other bad news, and we need you to we need you to help us. We have to keep the ritual going, but there are intruders, and we believe they may have gotten down to the basement and maybe possibly upsetting the enchantment ritual. We cannot leave. We need you to do it.
Do they look like they taste good?
Letitia narrows her eyes at you. No, they taste just as horrible as your food.
Dinner service back on.
It's about this time as a hamster, like a fucking Pokeball, bursts out of the ground through the wreckage of the front door, rolls up the stairs as well. You guys managed to stop up here on the top of the balcony, and there's a hamster. You two are unceremoniously puked onto the top of the balcony here. Little Bill is looming over Horace, AddHams, and Letitia down on the floor, and the entirety of the rest of the party seems to be in some kind of weird seance. However, they're touching the other members, and they're starting to be little wisps of this blackish energy. They're very clearly deep into the ritual to protect and preserve the wards and the enchantments here. Little Bill, do you relay this message from Horace and Letitia to the party in any way?
No.
Dinner in basement. We go. Help cook. Now you. Come on.
Dallas, I believe you have been around roughly as long as Simon has. Whimsy, you're a little newer. This is, with your passive insights, this is a unusually clear way of speaking for Little Bill. There may be a sense of urgency here. And Horace AddHams kind of steps out from behind. Oh, there you are. Yes, get down to the basement. We may have intruders, and I need you to help them because I cannot leave the ritual. And as he says that, there's a burst of black energy here. Horace and Letitia, hands held, their heads go back and they look and they lock eyes with each other, and their souls start to leave their body. Every single person in this ballroom immediately looks as if paralyzed, and their souls start to drift up out of their body in black clouds. Full seance mode here. Your last word of command from Horace Addams is to go down to the basement and protect this place from the intruders. Little Bill seems intent on getting a dinner service out of the basement, and we have a hamster and two small creatures on the top of the balcony. As this blackness bursts out of them, I would like everyone to feel refreshed in the idea that this is some of the strongest magic for keeping these wards and enchantments safe. This is restful to you. Please take a long rest in 6 seconds to gear yourself up for a fight.
Oh crap.
I've regained 3 health
I've regained 5 health.
that I did to myself.
You can
I've got
choose.
2 spell slots back.
You can choose whether or not to regain your facial features.
No.
No.
Smiling, you think.
The amount of fuckery at this point is insane. As the son of the Addams family, adopted though the oldest son, Simon, you realize that in the spear given to you, with your passive perception and investigations, you realize that the back end of it has kind of a weird set of notches to it. Go ahead and make a general intelligence check looking for an 11.
17, 15 plus 2.
You know the standard way into the basement. You guys blew right past it. However, this seemed to have some urgency. There's a faster way into the basement, and you never had a key, but you never had a need to. Horace gave you this staff with Letitia's help. The back end of this is shaped like a key. It's possible that you could actually go the back way through the quick garbage chute and actually get down there faster. You may be able to lead the party down towards this combat.
I'm going to unshift from my hamster. I'm going to look at everyone and say, just follow me. We're going to go in the back door. In
You were gonna say yes.
And then I'm going to look at all of them. I'm going to wisp my hands really slightly. You all are like lotus flowers start.
Mhm.
And I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Rad. Okay. All right.
Very nice.
As you begin to start stepping down these side set of steps to enter the ballroom and actually sneak past one of the groundskeeper's rooms where you know the garbage chute to be that actually goes towards the basement. It's kind of almost a laundry chute as well. Doesn't really bother Lunk what he puts down there. Noah and Melanie. You realize in your character here, you've done a bit of fuckery, I'm assuming, as part of your removal. You've done a little bit of exploration, right, Dallas? You know that Lunk, the groundskeeper, has found some interesting plants in his time, and he keeps a little hoard of them. He guards them with his life. You're about to pass right through his little way. You might be able to sneak his secret stash off of him.
Is he in the room?
As you guys begin to move towards this little side passage, you burst into the room, and Lunk is probably still out chasing his fucking shears.
Fucking clearing the room. All the plants.
Blur of motion. You can go ahead and make a DC 13 investigation check to find this stash. However, I'm actually going to make that a 12 because Lunk is a fucking idiot. Whimsy. At this point, you realize that Letitia Addams is frozen and is incapable of actually giving you any commands. The skeletons on the back of your hands, they come up off of your hands as if they're real bones, and then form a mouth together like this while you're looking at your hands. And you can fully hear every Addams family member voice at once, begging you, no matter what you do, do not let the angel free. Did you get that?
Roger.
Every Addams family member you have ever met just begged you to not let the angel free.
Try to
what
help search
you-
the secret stash.
I will fully allow that as well.
I like how Whimsy
So
was
I'm
just
not going to be able to
staring
roll.
Good.
There's no way I roll an investigation. But
Okay.
I'd like to say that I feud with Lunk so much that I am going to start switching plants around. And in doing this and moving so much, it helps him search like under things and like through things.
Okay, you're turning the room upside down for him. I need basically a destruction check disguised as a strength check.
Okay.
Huh?
Natural 20 plus 4.
God, fuck you. Your hatred for Lunk, as he is an inferior giant, overrides your need to find a dinner source immediately. It can wait. I believe every piece of furniture in this room becomes a fucking projectile that must be dodged by every other party member. And it is very, very quickly. And Noah, what did you roll?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Go ahead and try for the advantage and see if it improves, because I will give you a higher reward if you can improve it.
No, that's a 4 on the die.
Okay, with a dirty 20, it is the most basic of hiding places because Lunk is not a fucking smart man. When the mattress in this room, in his little groundskeeper area, a little offshoot room, when the mattress is overturned and thrown at Mock Jesus against the wall, it bursts. And there is an absurd amount of not only like pressed and dried opioid seeds that could be burned at will, there is also a frankly ridiculous amount of weed.
Okay. I have an idea. I'd like to find the chute.
Okay.
I am going to bundle up all of these seeds and weed. I am going to cast Prestidigitation to light a fire on this bundle and then drop it down the chute.
Smoke
Chase the
'em
bundle
out.
down the chute.
It's still time for a hot box somewhere.
No! Fuck! Oh god, I gave you all the ammunition and I didn't even see it. Fuck me. Alright, I need every single player at this table to roll a d20 and tell me the result.
19!
19 plus.
What's that?
Let's go, Thomas. Just flat
How are you
d20.
doing rolls?
Just flat d20.
19.
19 plus 19. Melanie.
18?
Plus Davis.
Oh!
Quick math. 38, 41, 59. You are able to drop 59 ounces of a ridiculous weed strain that only grows in the fucking dark in necrotic areas and opioid seeds pressed and dried and ready to light fire to flame. This is the craziest dry Molotov cocktail ever sent down a laundry chute, by far, in existence. Given as it is 59 ounces of just insanity here, I am going to have to put an effect on the entire fucking battlefield for the room below. Congratulations. You guys are now free if you would like to take the laundry chute down, as it is big enough for all of you.
I'm diving down. I'm chasing that batch.
Little
I'm chasing
Bill.
it down.
Little Bill eats
It's spices.
Spices.
Dinner.
I cannot fucking believe I let this happen. Oh.
You see him throw the bundle in, and then all you see afterwards is Little Bill just diving in.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys follow, we are going to do a little bit of an imaginary thing here as this chute kind of curves like this. Little Bill dives in and slides out and comes shooting out, taking the burning bundle of drugs with him and shooting out kind of close into the center of the room. Do you guys follow?
No. I'm going to wait a solid 30 seconds so that way the smoke can take effect before
I will
making my
enter
way
combat
down.
early.
Oh, okay. The rest of you all are free to go, but I am going to distinctly wait.
All right. Melanie,
Let
what
the
you doing?
heroine take effect.
She'll go down the tube too.
All right, right away, right quickly with just the the fucking judiciousness we expect out of a rogue. Simon, what you up to?
With still holding concentration on pastel trays, I'm going to turn into a gecko and just crawl down the chute because you know they can stick onto the wall.
I'm gonna have you about 6 seconds behind Whimsy and Little Bill as they shoot out into the room. Whimsy,
Seeing
And
everyone
I'm-
else go, I'm feeling left out, and I dive through.
I'm
you
just
will
a little
be
fucking
6
gecko,
seconds
and then I
behind
just see-
them. Ladies and gentlemen, class 17 import token. You are also at the bottom left here. You should be able to move that. Okay, it's freaking out. You should be able to move this token. So you come out here, Whimsy, you come out here. Are you guys able to move those at all?
1 minute, I gotta find where you put it.
Do you use the arrow or the hand to
There we
do
go.
it?
Arrow, probably. I would assume.
The arrow doesn't work for me.
Arrow doesn't work
Nope.
for you guys. Oh boy, this is
let
the
me try
this is the
hand.
part I haven't been able to have anyone in and do any troubleshooting on this very well at all. Let me go ahead and get Noah's token kind of sorted out here. Boy, I have a 35 health for Dallas, and you have an armor class of 13. Is that correct?
Yep, that sounds right.
Okay, your token is now imported down here on the bottom left. You are roughly behind them. Are you able to move that at all?
See. No.
Ah, man, this is if I am able to give you guys these permissions, okay, I will go ahead and pass the turn the little crown thing. I will go ahead and pass that to everyone on your turn to make this work.
Is
Well-
each cube 5 feet or 10 feet in this?
Each cube is going to be 5 feet.
Okay.
Spilling out
What's
here.
the
Not
on the
what I
bottom half of the
look
map?
like right now. I look like a little weird gecko with his eyes two together.
Tumbling out into this room, you guys see a number of things. Little Bill and Whimsy, you are here first, and you notice quite a few things happening. The very first, this isn't a trash room. This isn't a laundry room. There's something crazy going on here. There's a giant bird cage on top of a device, and in the center of it, it's kind of this blue, smoky, hazy glow with shadow that seems to be moving inside it. There are 5 black tubes, one leaving the room, one going towards, one leaving the room at the other side, and then 4 go towards these machine-looking consoles. They're covered with runes and all sorts of inscriptions, and they glow blue. And then the last thing you'll notice, mostly Whimsy here, as I begin to import tokens, you're not alone in this room. You all see these 4 creatures in the room. These are paladins, very clearly, of some holy order. Go ahead and make a quick religion check for me, if you would, Whimsy and Little Bill.
Does the one with no shirt on have a
Religion,
bulge?
Yeah. What was that?
So does the one with no shirt on have a bulge?
I don't think he can help it.
Great
He
question.
definitely.
This is
definitely has to have
important.
one.
This is important detail.
He
Religion, right?
definitely, yes, religion definitely has to have a bulge. I can't see it any other way now that you mentioned it.
Also, does he look like I can fix him, Dad?
You come down as a gecko and come, given as you are a tiny fucking creature and there's an absurd amount of smoke in this room, you are the first to be intoxicated by it. You are immediately assaulted with the sense of 1,000 painkillers at once, as well as that tingly happy sensation that comes from weed. I believe it is completely up to you to decide, in Simon's response to weed, whether he thinks this creature is someone he can fix. However, at your entrance, the large majority of them turn and they don't seem happy about your presence and give you immediate mean mugs. Sorry about how long this takes to set up. The program literally just lags so fucking bad. I didn't know that until I committed to using it. Yeah, and very lastly, the fourth of these people that you see is going to be this tiefling character. The tiefling, blue, tall, seems to be, in heavy armor along with the humanoid at the front. The tiefling is talking to the girl with the cat ears, and the human is barking orders at the giant Goliath creature. I do want you to know, Thomas, this Goliath randomly rolled to be 7'7" and has 1 inch of inferiority complex beneath you. The Goliath is the one that is furthest to the right, holding the giant cross. Sorry about how scuffed this is, guys. I will definitely be
So far away.
I will definitely be swapping to a different system for combat in the future. You all spill out into this room. About 12 seconds ahead of Dallas is Whimsy and Little Bill. 6 seconds behind them is Simon. Simon, upon seeing this, with your passive perception of 24, you note that giant goddamn cross that the Goliath character is holding is gold with a birch center. And he seems about the right size for Little Bill. The two paladins of medium size seem to be the two that may have been wearing the heavy armor and sinking in a little less. And then the cat girl would seem to be the one with the 4 little toe beans that you saw the footprints for. They spin around very clearly, yelling to each other. The cat girl seems to be working hurriedly, and she has tears streaking down her face. The human man seems to be screaming orders. The large Goliath kind of turns menacingly towards you guys, and the tiefling seems to be going back towards the cat girl to maybe help her. She seems to be fiddling with a device. Last thing before you guys are free to speak or make attacks or whatever you would like to do, please make a perception check, all of you.
Perception.
The religion check I rolled? 19
yes.
minus 4, 15.
15.
Oh, I got 9.
You get the sense that the giant cross the Goliath is holding, Little Bill, and the matching crosses on the armor of some of them is a holy symbol, and these may literally be just crusaders. These guys are probably here to fuck your whole way of life up. This is against everything you stand for. Now,
I see a cross and I'm disgusted, and that's as far as it goes.
now for our lovely perception checks, I was a little focused on that. Please remind me what you guys got. Melanie?
12.
12. Simon?
22.
Dallas?
21.
And Little Bill.
Alarming.
Gotcha. This perception check will be for Dallas and Simon. You guys notice that this gold thing over here in front of the cat girl on the device that seems to be ending the device is actually this fucking thing that I just put in chat. It's a glowing gold runic object that seems to be fairly large. It's about a foot wide, and the cat girl is holding her hand on that pin looking thing, screaming at the others. I don't know if this is the correct thing to do. We were taught to convert with love, not with violence. Screaming this towards the human male here at the front, and the human male turns around. You shut your mouth and you do exactly what I tell you to. One final thing. As he turns around to face you and bears his weapon, points it towards you. Simon, please make an insight check.
19.
19. With a DC of 18, I'm assuming you know what a mirror is and you know what you look like. When you see this man in the front, every single voice in your head goes uncomfortably silent. And there is a very uncomfortable sense of recognition looking at this man. You can think about what that may mean, and you may look at the art if you like. and draw your own conclusion that Simon might make, comparing his own face to the face that this stranger seems to be wearing. However, what is everyone doing as it is very clear these two paladins in the front are bearing weapons and getting themselves into a defensive position while the cat girl seems to be messing with some sort of holy explosive device? Noah, what you got?
I'd like the shirtless guy to make a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. The second you do that, you guys carry a shitload of smoke and drugs down with you.
Hey, fuck yeah, we do.
You not only count as shrouded for the moment while you are standing on the upper half of the battlefield, you all also do need to make Constitution saving throws. However, I will get this Wisdom saving throw done for the large
Never mind.
Goliath.
You don't need to worry about it.
No?
No, I very much failed that Constitution saving throw.
No, you are still capable of taking actions.
Okay.
It's the constitutions afterwards.
Yeah, so very first thing that happens, with a natural 11 and a wisdom of 4, that puts it at a 15.
He succeeds.
He succeeds. What does this affect?
It was suggestion, but
Suggestion.
it doesn't do anything at all.
Got it. The smoke begins to permeate throughout this room. Every single creature in this room is going to do a wisdom saving throw. That does include you guys. You guys are looking for a DC, or sorry, a Constitution saving throw. You guys are looking for a DC of 14.
Here we go. Chaos.
Indeed.
Unbridled chaos.
It's okay. I have a
Who
plan for
thought-
my next turn.
It's genius to fight up fucking stupid up their ass Taladin dudes. Get them fucking high. Make him question God.
I'll be honest, that's actually a hell of a move for you guys. Holy fucking balls. I rolled like absolute dog ass.
Me too.
I did too.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're just gonna go very quickly in order. Simon, what was your Constitution saving throw?
18.
18. You don't immediately begin to get affected by this ridiculous cocktail of opioids and weed. You can feel it starting to enter your system, and you realize that while you're breathing this smoke, you're definitely going to have to kind of clear it out of your mind. It doesn't have any negative or positive effects yet. Let's go, Little Bill.
I got 11 plus 6, 17.
You also managed to do this save. Whimsy.
8.
Oh boy. Opioids are traditionally used to make painkillers. You do no longer have to make any more saves as this has affected you. I would like you to be aware that you have resistance to all non-magical damage, as your body is now incapable of sending pain signals. However, you also have disadvantage on everything related to dexterity, except for attack rolls.
Okay. Disadvantage on dex.
Which is brutal for a rogue.
Yes.
That does
And
unfortunately
then you said
suck.
resistance to like all weapon damage.
Yes, resistance to all damage that is not like a spell or a magical force.
Okay.
We got Simon, we got Little Bill, we got Whimsy. Dallas, my boy, this was your idea.
Mm-hmm.
How's your Constitution save was real bad, wasn't
I don't know that you really want to know.
Oh no.
it? Paint me a picture.
It's a 3. It's a 3.
Yeah,
I rolled a 3.
that is a shame. You gain the same effects. That
Fuck yeah.
resistance to all damage that is not magical from the painkiller effect, and you also take disadvantage on all dexterity based everything except for attacks. My reasoning for this is that adrenaline does tend to cut through being high fairly easily, but when you are trying to intensely focus on moving your body, it generally is rough in my experience. So,
I mean, the weed hits your deck, and the fucking painkillers hit the resistance.
a mixed bag of successes
It
here.
was a cocktail.
Yeah, it was a cocktail. These creatures in front of you, these paladins, seem to be debating about whether to activate this device. There's roughly 5 seconds of tension here. I'm going to give everybody 1 round if they would like to either get a surprise attack, as you have definitely surprised the living fuck out of them, or you may attempt to do another action for the sake of maybe persuading them not to set off the device. Maybe you want to fucking blow up the device. Anything you would like to do to possibly prevent or disrupt or get an advantage here, or anything you feel like doing, each of you is going to get 6 seconds.
I got an idea.
We roll initiative to see how we go in order for the surprise round.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get our initiative out of the way here real quick.
So I will ask this just because I came in 6 seconds after everyone else.
Yep. That 6
Since
seconds
they all
has
came-
passed.
Yes. So since they all came down first, and I'm still a little fucking gecko, do they even notice me?
And they're high.
I'm gonna say, let me look at their passive perception.
And I have passed without a trace up, and I know it doesn't make me invisible. Shut the fuck.
Yeah, no, I'll be real on this one. I don't think they have a chance of seeing you. You are,
Fabulous.
for the moment, not detected.
Then, since we're playing by Boulder's Gates rules, I can just walk through everything.
Hey, make
Yes.
sure you throw a healing
out for the
potion at
red.
me.
Watch for the red. Yes, and throw a healing potion. And you have to aim for the back of their head,
Oh, of course.
because that's the sweet spot.
I have to double check my movement speed
Alright.
as a gecko.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and discuss our initiative before you guys get your surprise rounds here. 25 to 20.
So the disadvantage on dexterity applies to initiative, no?
Yes, and all of
What a
them...
waste of a natural 20. What a waste of a natural 20.
Yes,
Why
that
did
is
you just say that, Noah?
that is a negative effect of this.
Oh man. Well, I still get my first roll anyway.
You've got to be accurate. You got to be honest.
That's
Now, if I
fucking
still go
insane.
first because y'all have disadvantage, that'd be sad.
All right, guys, with our initiatives rerolled, what are we looking at? A 25 for 20, anybody? All right. We are looking now for 20 to 15.
15.
15, all right. That is Whimsy at 15. All right, 15 to 10.
12.
13.
Simon at a 13. Dallas at a 12. And this is Little Bill
Oh boy.
at, it was a 10, right?
No disadvantage. Still roll the lowest. Yeah, 10.
You will not be going last, as the paladins also got hit very hard. In this 6 seconds of this smoke billowing through the room and immediately starting to hotbox, you notice that all of the paladins, besides the human with the dark hair in the front that seems the angriest, you notice that all of them immediately take a whiff, and these are newbies to drugs. They get hit hard visibly and seem kind of a little bit sluggish and a little bit delayed. However, our 6 rounds of surprise here, we are going to lead it off with the highest initiative of Whimsy. What are you doing?
Okay, you said the one with the black hair doesn't feel the effects, yes?
Yes, this one with the 50 health in the front, closest to you guys.
She's probably gonna stay put. Can she see where the freaking opioid, like freaking weed thing is?
Yeah, the opioids and the whole weed bag came down here, bounced, and they're now kind of sitting roughly where this red circle is. The little one to the left, sorry.
She's gonna use catapult and launch it at the guy with the fucking with the doesn't feel the effects in his face. She wants to have him get a good whiff.
Alright, that is a dexterity saving throw for the paladin in the front, correct?
Yep. 13.
Sorry about how scuffed this combat is, guys. This is the hardest part for me.
Don't worry. We're going to find a way to cheese it as much as we can.
No disadvantage because he hasn't taken the effects of the weed yet, but rolling a natural
Damn it.
6, you helped the living fuck out of this man on a surprise round with a burning fucking clove of drugs.
Please say it inhales. Alright, 3 motherfucker, take it! 4, 8. So 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, it hits him square in the face, and not only does that do damage for the creativity, that is also going to make him re-roll his Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Let's be real, it's a paladin. He's not failing that. The others just rolled ridiculously low. It pisses him off that it has that secondary effect. Anything else you're doing with your surprise round?
I don't think she can. No, wait. I lied. She has bonus action disengage and shit.
Yeah.
She will 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, sorry. She'll hide behind the tables. Bonus action.
Yeah, you are shrouded, so go ahead and just take a normal, non-disadvantaged hiding check here. Roll to stealth.
28.
Are you shrouded?
Shrouded by smoke, which would balance out the disadvantage on dex. So it's just a straight roll here.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anything else you're doing with your turn there?
Ooh.
Nope, I am hidden.
Cool. Very much so. That is definitely a go trigger for combat, and these guys are looking to fuck you up on their turns. However, we go to Simon with your action here. You are just barely crawling out of the thing here as a gecko. What are you doing?
I'm gonna continue crawling.
Okay, yep. So we're gonna have to basically just give each other DM permissions to get through this, which is really scuffed, and I will definitely not be using this system in the future. Also, quick time check. Does anybody need to go to bed soon?
Ideally.
Ideally. All right. If you guys would like, we can get this surprise round done, and then we can come back for combat in a different system once I've had a week to prepare or something. If you guys do want to extend this to a 2-shot.
Yeah, I'd be
That's
down.
okay with you guys.
Let's go ahead and get through this surprise round, and then we will come back with our combat, and then kind of do a little bit of a finishing arc at the end of this when we come back. Simon, what you doing, my boy?
Well, as a gecko, I'm just gonna crawl across the ground to right over here.
Mhm.
Free action. I'm going to drop the gecko form. Watch as I look over, and I am especially looking at that front guy with a
Mhm.
bit of a surprised and awkward, very expressive look on my face. And you're gonna see me just touch the ground, since when I came out, I'm gonna be a little bit of a Thomas here. I come out on the ground of all fours, and as I do and I start to stand, you're going to watch from my point of view this black corruption just crawl across the ground. And I'm going to defile the ground around this circle right here. And by the way, for y'all need to know this. The corrupted area is difficult terrain. Difficult terrain, everything in that area.
Okay.
Not only that, whenever any of them take damage from an attack or spell for the first time on a turn, so on each of our turns, if you guys do damage for the first time, you get to take an extra 1d4 necrotic damage to them.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Necrotic damage aura, essentially.
And then I'm going to use my action. And I'm going to cast Hold Person on the guy that I'm
All
going to
right.
cast Hold Person.
Hold person on him. Remind me what saving throw that is.
That is a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Natural 14 plus 3. That's gonna be a 17.
He succeeds. Mine's a 15.
That's a shame. All right, yeah. He manages to shrug off an unholy amount of shit being thrown at him, literally and figuratively, in the first round here. You guys definitely have the surprise on him. Let's go ahead and quickly jump to Dallas.
I want to cast command on the guy that's not affected by the drugs.
All right. Saving throw, charisma or wisdom?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. I'm assuming your DC is better than an 11.
Yes, it is.
What do you command him to do?
Intoxicate.
Yes.
I would like him to intoxicate himself willingly with the drugs.
I don't believe that this human male even looks willingly in your direction, even as this begins to affect him and his head kind of turns up. His eyes are locked directly onto Simon with an intensity that belies just being on opposing edges of a battlefield. There's an angry, angry sigh out, and he sniffs in so deep you can hear it from 15 feet. Automatically failing his saving throw.
I'm going to use my bonus action to Tales from Beyond.
Tales from Beyond. All right.
And so I'm going to roll a d12. That's a 3. So, Tale of the Beloved Friends. The target and another creature of its choice that can see within 5 feet of it gain temporary HP equal to a roll of your Bardic Inspiration die plus Charisma modifier.
Fuck yeah.
Is anyone even within 5 feet? I'm not on the right page to be able to tell.
Unfortunately, you are last out of the tube, and the others have accelerated a little bit ahead of you, being a little faster. So that'll be just you taking that, I believe. Yeah, you are free to move before doing that.
I suppose. No, you know what? No, I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm gonna be selfish and stay squishy and far away.
No,
I gave myself 3 temp HP.
Fair
You're
enough.
not-
Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right, last round of the surprise round, and then we will go ahead and end off for today. Little Bell, get us started, boy.
I'm gonna rage.
Motherfucker rages.
I get mad. I start screaming,
Facelessly.
and big guy with the cross looks like he'd make a really good stew.
That's
So I have 30, and I have plus 15 because I'm still the elk.
Fuck, you are still the elk.
It'd be exactly 45 feet to get to fucking big guy here because I
Yes,
don't like
sir.
big guy. And I want to
Yeah.
whack him with the fucking sword.
Yes, sir. Go
As
ahead.
part of my
and make
emissions,
yourself
the
an attack.
necrotic round is having vines wrap around their legs, and it's like draining their life force.
Yeah, baby. All right. Go ahead and make your swing, my boy.
Do it real good.
Ooh, it's good. Dirty 20 with the great sword.
Yeah, I think that smacks. Your great sword is going to do your rage damage, and it's normal.
So
Oh.
2,
And don't forget the 1d4.
Additional necrotic.
1d4.
Yep, 1d4.
Okay. Is that 2 slashing or 2 necrotic for the rage damage because of the
Yes,
frying
because
pan?
of the frying pan.
Okay. And another d4 from Leting. Leting. So I'm gonna do 13 points of slashing
Jesus, nice. Okay.
and 4 points of necrotic.
Gotcha. The necrotic energy doesn't seem to cling as much as you want, but the slashing definitely fucking hurt him. And you realize that there's a difference in the way the necrotic energy is clinging to the human versus the Goliath. The Goliath seems to be more equipped to handle it. However,
I don't care. He's big, and I want to whack him.
that makes the most sense for you, for certain.
I would like to preface: I did swing that greatsword with one hand, and the mount is still attached to it.
Yep, he is still doing a d12 one-handed because of this motherfucker's free feat at level 1. Also, is that the end of your turn? Are you swinging that frying pan too?
I used my bonus action to rage, didn't I?
Bonus action is rage. Good correction.
Yeah.
Anything else you got left?
That's all for me.
Then, ladies and gentlemen, as you have rushed up and initiated combat with our paladins here, and I have drastically overrun on time as intended, we are going to go ahead and turn this one shot into a 2-shot and resume later when we are all able to come back to the AddHams family world and see if you guys can beat the shit out of some paladins.
Sorry, I kind of started dragging at the end there, guys.
No, I lost track of time, and I had meant to be done much earlier than this. So
Oh, I am not complaining. I had a fucking blast.
I hope you guys.
We did.
I had fun.
I did do my best to derail everything.
I felt like I was resorting to manipulating you guys into doing shit. Like, anyway.
That's probably the only thing that would have worked for my character.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Manipulation.
thank you for joining us here on the Dice and Defiance budding YouTube channel as a new DM and his best friends learn how to suffer together in Dungeons and Dragons. We will be back at another point to finish the conclusion to this and get these guys bit of an ending here. Everyone, go ahead and say bye as we sign off.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you guys.